you know? It wasn't like, oh, there was one like this, but one was like sports talk, and one was a deep question. It was just all like silly shit like that. And I didn't even think of it in the moment where I was like, if that's good or bad. I was like, it just is. That's what the first episode's going to be. And the very first episode had a very like unique and I think like timeless hypothetical that was, would you rather walk around for the rest of your life with one rollerblade on your left foot, so you had to like scoot everywhere you went, can't take it off, got to sleep with it, got to shower with it, got to go to work with it, go to your grandma's funeral with it, or good to go?
Good to go. I already have to pee. I peed before the show.
Just go pee.
Yeah. Just so you know, I peed 5 minutes ago. I did before the show started. I went, I'm gonna pee so I don't have to have a pee break. And now that we're about to start the show, I have to pee.
Oh, we have to put up with this for like 3 more months.
Actually, the real reason we're ending the show is John's bladder. Yeah. We couldn't, none of us, he couldn't take it and we couldn't take it anymore. No, but for real, you have a prostate problem. Like, you might have prostate cancer. You're susceptible to it, we think. Your dad might have made that up, but maybe.
We should have had one of those things where it's like, you know how like old people, they like have basically a condom on. And then it's just catheter. Like a tank like in the corner.
Catheter.
Yeah, we should have my catheter hanging by the show. I'm just mid-story right here. My bag's filling
it. Oh my god, bro! While we're on the topic of pee, do you watch the Mormon Girls?
Yes.
Reality show, the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, for like the whole. And it's just like they're basically like the Kardashians of the Mormon cult, which is funny because they're all
Salt Lake City stuff.
There's also Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
It's a different thing.
Different thing.
Okay.
This is a whole bunch of girls who I think were like Latter-day Saints, like hardcore Mormon, and now are not as crazy, but they still use the Mormon to be like, we're Mormon. They all look exactly the same. They're all like hot bitches, but carbon copy, like Kardashian face, hair, the whole nine. Anyway, the whole series, multiple seasons now, they've been using this term Fruity Pebbles as like a code word and kind of like, Fruity Pebbles, And I guess the diehards knew about this, but the casual fans are always like, what the fuck does Fruity Pebbles mean? And it was the secret, and now these two girls started beefing, and so the one girl just outed her secret, and she went on Instagram, and she was like, because Demi is like talking that shit, like, I'll tell you, Fruity Pebbles is piss. Her old-ass husband is drinking her piss. Good night. And then the girl in question...
Why the nickname? How'd that come into play?
I have heard, and I don't know if the internet made this up or if the show said it, but what I heard was like if you eat Fruity Pebbles, it like eating pineapple makes your cum taste different, like that sort of thing.
Eating Fruity Pebbles make your piss taste good?
Apparently.
I thought it was.
I got a hard time believing that.
I don't think it tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
I'm more apt to believe, where it's like it tastes like a bunch of chemicals.
Yeah.
It's got that red dye in it.
Yeah.
There's no way like Fruity Pebbles has a nutrient that makes you pee.
No, I can't imagine that.
So I think it was like that. He was like gulping it like water. And
then the girl posted a story on Instagram that just said, "What me and my husband did behind closed doors one time does not." So it's like,
bro,
she copped
honestly,
to it.
If we're doing a one-time thing, different story.
Here's what I said.
If he's regularly gulping down piss,
okay, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, buddy.
It's just a night where you're like, babe, you want to try my piss?
I think you're disgusting. I think.
Wait, hang on. Is this whole room gonna pretend we wouldn't try piss?
I will. You can pee on me. I'll pee on you. I'm not drinking it.
I'll do anything.
No, I usually am with you. I'll do anything. I will literally not.
Look.
I won't. I will not consume any of your. Yeah, you know.
Here's.
I'll consume those and not that. You know.
I'll try. If you propose the idea. And you're like, yo, I want you to drink my piss. I would be like, God, that is a big.
That's a big ask, bro. No. Wait, actually, you're crazy. That's got to come the other way around.
What?
You got to be like, I want to drink your piss.
That for sure. But if I don't know, like, whatever your fucking freak code is, like if you want to do it, bring it up to me. I'll try. I can't. I'm not even saying it would touch my lips. I'm saying I'd get it to here. And then
wait, you're talking about drinking out of a cup,
or is it free?
How else would you drink it?
Yeah, that's what I.
Oh, we're drinking it right from the tap.
I think so.
Right.
I think right from the hose. Right from the hose.
Otherwise, it's one of those like it's too many steps.
Yeah,
like,
hang on.
There's so many
This
steps.
chick's pissing in her husband's mouth.
Yeah, where it's. Like,
I actually think it's almost probably easier to drink from the tap in that regard.
Yeah, because then it gets like clinical. Then you're trying to pee in a cup, and then it's
like, what is this,
it's
a drug test?
Yeah, it's like the moment.
And then so that you've got to awkwardly like sit there. As we know, it's like a leaky faucet. It's coming out of the spigot like crazy. That's a mess. And then like here you go, and then you have to pick it up.
Like drinking a hose.
That's too many. You're right. It's too many. It's too many. Too much opportunity to go. Hang on, wait a minute.
Because it has to be something that's like in the heat of the moment.
If in the heat of the moment, some girl like throws me down and just goes, I'm gonna be like, I don't know what happened, but okay. But if it's like, ready? Are you thirsty?
Yeah. Do you have
disaster. Can you believe this podcast is ending? Where else are you gonna get this? Where else are you gonna get this?
My only thing is if it's straight from the tap, you're not really asking me to drink your piss. You're asking to piss on my head.
That I would be more cool with than drinking your piss. Okay,
for sure.
You can piss on my head.
But no, absolutely. Like I'm way cooler with you pissing on my head.
That's kind of fun.
But like I'm just saying, I wouldn't say maybe this chick said it because she's trying to make him seem grosser. But like I wouldn't say I drink your piss. But you pissed on my head once.
So I actually think, as much as I was making fun of you, I think it is a cup situation because she also said he drinks that shit like dirty soda, which is another thing from the Mormon culture. They're not allowed to have. They're not allowed to have coffee. So they,
we
had this on Bert. Yeah,
we had this on Something's Burning.
So they drink soda,
Yeah.
but they'll put creamer and all that stuff, and they call it
yeah.
dirty soda. And the way she said he gulps it down like dirty soda would, to me, imply like a cup. Like,
yeah,
I mean, she could be.
If you're using the word gulp, I can't gulp from a pussy.
No gulping, because you'd have to like let it fill up and then gulp. That's. That sound was I think I can understand the appeal of it like peeing on my head. Yeah. If you've
Trust me, I get the appeal of taking a piss on my head.
When you guys, do you mean on your face or on your head?
There is a funny distinction there. If you're pissing on someone's hair, that's disrespect. That's like I'm peeing on you to degrade you. If I'm pissing on your face, that's like a sexual thing.
There's probably more people in this world who want to piss on my head than want to fuck me.
I think if you've ever experienced any sort of squirting in sex, you're like next door neighbor. You know, once you've done that and if you're into it, I think I could see the next step because you basically already are. You know what I mean? You're
100% already there.
Well, no,
already been down this path.
We have. We've done it all. That's why this show needs to end. We've done this all. But yeah,
we're talking about your first time getting your head pissed. That's Mormon shit.
Oh man. But so I just thought it was so funny the way she like copped to it, being like, what happens behind closed doors one time is like between a man and a woman. It's like, okay, pisser. Okay, pisser.
The idea of it being again straight from the tap is funny because like she's gotta pop a leg up for that.
Yeah,
right? Like, she's like,
you're doing something awkward. Yeah, you're gonna go Captain Morgan on my head. Yeah, that means you've got to get down. She's got to get up.
You think it's a process pissing into a cup? Try your wife fucking in the shower.
I'm still confused. You guys keep saying on my head. I'm still confused. Logistically, what are you picturing?
I think when it's sexual, I think it's more usually like face mouth.
Yeah.
If it's like the top of your head, if you're like peeing on your husband's bald spot, you've got. I don't want to kink shame, but you got issues, dog. That's fucking too much, man. That's too much. I just like that. You know, the very common trope these days is we should all know less about each other. Mm. Like, that's one you should probably keep in the holster, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure she ran to her girlfriends and gossiped, and it's like, that one, I don't think so.
That's like I think it's Louis C.K.'s, like, sorry, maybe, but one of his specials post-canceling, he starts off with, like, he's like, yeah, so everyone knows my thing. He's like,
we've all got a thing.
You know how you all have a thing and no one fucking knows what it is? Obama knows mine.
Yeah, like those are things that, you know, maybe in the short term, and this is an extreme case, but you can make it a little more reasonable with normal sex stuff or preferences of any kind. People say this shit on a podcast to get views or like, I'm going to get my followers, and that's a short-term exchange for long-term problems, Like, I'm sure it took a while for this to come out, it seems like, right?
Yeah.
So, in the beginning, you just told your girlfriends, and everyone's kind of ha, and you don't anticipate that you're going to have a bridge-burning type feud with them one day, and they're going to tell the whole world. But also, what's so crazy? It doesn't matter.
No.
None of this matters. Like anybody who's ever
don't know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But like, anybody who's had a sex scandal or nudes leak or any of that stuff that's like really embarrassing. Not to say that in the moment for a month or maybe years even after, especially if you're a woman and you really felt violated, like whatever, I'm sure that you have deep-rooted issues. But is there any story? Can you think of anybody where it's like they were on top and then like there was a sex tape and they went down? Usually you go up. Yeah. I don't think it's ever hurt anybody unless you were doing something like criminal. That's a whole different story.
Maybe
if it's just like you're into some kinky shit.
What's up?
I said like maybe in the Mormon culture.
I think if anything, those motherfuckers are the kinkiest,
Yeah.
You're soaking and
I think that also, like, with Secret Lives of Mormon-wise, like, the smile that they have on all their faces kind of slightly when drama goes down makes me think that, like, they get paid the more drama that occurs.
This is what I mean, though. It's like,
so
I'm sure when Hulu's like, we're going to pay her this much per episode and you this much per episode, and you're like, well, how can I get my numbers up? There you go. And that's also why I get a little bit woke to some of this shit where I'm like, I don't know. You can fabricate this sort of stuff or... You know what I mean?
That was pretty like
that's an extreme one. But I don't know. I think I've learned that like there is nothing that people won't do for money and fame. If someone was like, "Yo, you're gonna get cut from the show," or what if we made this storyline and now you're like the focal point? We'll give you some money. I guarantee there's more people than not that would say yes to that.
Some piss.
Imagine that. Imagine the producers being like, no, we're just gonna. You don't have to do it. We're just gonna make them the storyline. No, it's okay. I'll drink it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing a method. Okay.
I'm gonna Daniel Day-Lewis this shit.
Said like the whole Fruity Pebbles thing went down season 1 where they were like, oh, like Fruity Pebbles, and she was like, don't tell them. So everyone knew. So then
but
I
had
knew
assumed that it was something, or they knew what it was.
They knew it was something sexual in the bedroom involving Fruity Pebbles. I had assumed it was kind of like
a sexual tab.
What?
I don't even know if it gets a full sexual.
Pissing on someone?
Yeah, it's more like.
I think it's pretty sexual.
It's sexual.
If you're pissing on someone outside of sex, you're really disrespectful.
It's something else, too.
Yeah,
it's not just sexual.
Right. Like, you're right.
Like penis and vagina, sexual.
It's sexual.
Penis
plus.
and butthole, sexual. Penis and mouth, sexual.
Pissing
mouth? Like, we'll do a little sexual, sure.
Yeah.
But there's
mostly weird power.
Like a dirty soda, we're sprinkling other stuff.
Yeah, it's sex plus.
Yeah.
It's not completely devoid of sex. Yeah. But that ain't the defining characteristic. There's more going on. Are you I feel like I see so much anti-porn stuff these days that it makes me question. I'm like, should I stop? I don't know. Is that just my algorithm? I don't know. I see a lot of like porn is the root of like all evil and relationship problems and like get porn out of your life and your marriage will be better and all these things. And I'm like, I think I have a normal relationship with it, but it's almost like when people are like, don't do heroin, it's really bad. I'm like, should I just stay away from this? Like, I don't know. Like, I think I could dabble in this. Your boy Feitelberg just wrapped up his arena tour.
Not wrapped up.
That's right. Well, first leg of your arena tour, right? Second one and third one to come. So if you want to go see John or your favorite comedians, or you want to go see any live sports, live music, the NFL, of course, in full swing, the NBA's cooking, all of it. The best way to get tickets is through Gametime, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, and really the only way to get tickets these days. The ticketing world has gotten so crazy with resellers and just live events having a boom, and tickets have become this pain point for people to either get them or how much they spend or how do they get them. Gametime takes all that out. First of all, guaranteed to all be authentic. There was a time where you would buy a second-hand ticket and you'd be like, I might get in, I might not. I don't know. It was like a coin flip.
Yeah.
Now Gametime is like, you will get in the building, and they also tell you will get the best deal possible. Now, of course, that's always dependent upon the market, but they will show you the lowest prices for the seats that you're looking for, that you make sure you get a guaranteed ticket at the lowest price possible. They also make it incredibly easy to use. They got Gametime Picks, which filters out a lot of the extremes and kind of gives you the area that you want at the price point you want. And they have everything available. Are you looking right now? Is there anything?
I am. We got Dolphins, Jets, Magic, Knicks, Jazz, Knicks, Avs, Rangers, Pelicans, Nets, Machine Gun Kelly, Erykah Badu, Pentatonics, all this week.
Pentatonics during the holiday season is a hit. Take your girl there. You'll get laid. Go to Gametime today. Download the app. Use the promo code KFC at checkout on your first purchase, and you will get $20 off that ticket. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code KFC for $20 off your first ticket purchase. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Gametime app today.
Do we have like a bucket list for like stuff we want to get done?
No.
No,
I don't think we really do.
Pabs has a lot of stuff. I was thinking
Yeah.
we'll do like an hour regular, and then we switch after.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I think there's for sure some things to talk about, but I think as far as this becoming a like organized farewell tour, I don't think that's going to be happening. I had grand plans.
You've seen us for the last 15 years, right?
Yeah. It's not exactly, we're going to finish how we started.
Yeah.
Disorganized and letting it fly.
Imagine if we got organized now.
Well, I will tell you this much. Let me say this. I will say this. I made a video about this as well, so if you saw that, I'm repeating myself, but whenever I see someone being like, I was so overwhelmed by the response, like, oh my God, I'm always like, oh, whatever, dude. I was genuinely overwhelmed by that response. I did not see that coming. I did not expect it to be as positive as it was, and maybe I'm stupid for that, but I was nervous about it because I was like, I get so much hate that I genuinely was like, not worried, but I was like, I felt bad for you guys. I was like, I think so much of the hate that I get is towards me, and then when we announced the show's gonna end, I was just like, I just don't want John and Jackie and Pabs and my brother and Nick, anybody who's a part of it, to like get that hate too, you know?
Just so you know, that was never a concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. This is my stuff. Yeah. You know, like Louis says, you got a thing, I got a thing. I got some things I know about. So, and now looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, that was silly of me to ever like worry that much. But I feel like I'm going through like all the phases of almost like the 7 stages of grieving in a way of like, I was nervous about it, then I was relieved, then when we did it, I was emotional, bittersweet.
Were you emotional saying it?
I
saw the clip and I saw you pause and I was like, oh,
yeah,
that was not.
I was nervous. I thought I was fine. So we made the decision over the summer, and then I was fine. And then with like 2 weeks, the past 2 weeks, I realized this is weighing on me way more than I thought. Like I was like having some nightmares and like
You were nightmares?
Not like literally about this, but I started having nightmares, and that usually means when I'm like I wasn't
walking around like a Leo in The Aviator. Bringing the milk, bringing the milk.
No, it was more just like I wasn't sleeping, and that usually is a sign of like stress. And then something happened where, I was talking to Shay. I was explaining it to Shay, and I got emotional. I was like starting to tear up, and I was like, "Oh fuck! If I'm like this and I do it, and maybe like the actual last episode, I'll be like more emotional." But as I was doing it, I did get emotional, but not like I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get through this almost,
Yeah.
and then I was okay. But yeah, there was a moment, and also that was a pause of like I still don't quite know how to do this because I am cripplingly awkward talking about myself.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's a little bit hard because I do want to reminisce and be like, look how awesome this was, but I hate to be the guy being like, look how awesome this was. So it was nice that other people were doing it. That was my favorite part of that response, was that like I was really overwhelmed by how many fans and people here. Like everybody at Barstool was quote tweeting it. You know what Marty said to me though?
I had the exact opposite, by the way.
Really?
Well, not the exact opposite. And like I knew it was getting attention because we were texting about it and stuff like that. And I saw my DMs were filling up, and I started to feel like bad. I started to be like, oh, like this is kind of fucking rude of me to just like, I don't know. I'm sure people are being nice and saying moments that were important to them.
Yeah.
And like I should fucking just reply to people and like go look. And the first DM I opened just said, "Thanks for KFC Radio. Without that, I wouldn't have been introduced to better podcasts." And I was like, fuck this shit! I fucking hate it!
That is, I would rather drink piss than read that. That is
literally
rude.
That is literally the only response I've seen to our show getting canceled.
By the way, funny. I give that person credit.
Funny, infuriating, but funny.
All of that. That is so unbelievably rude. That is so rude. I respect it.
I was so mad. I was like, I was trying to be nice. One fucking time, I'm trying to listen to people.
We really did have the most opposite then, because I woke up early that morning because as soon as I rolled over, I was like, oh, today's the day. So I just couldn't go back to sleep. And people, I don't know, I guess we put the podcast up at like 6 a.m. I don't know. I was getting DMs like early. And I was like, I'm going to reply to these people. Like they were all like you said, it was very like, some of the heavy stuff. It got me through a tough time, all that shit. And so I was like, thank you. I appreciate it. Like, it really, like, the positivity means a lot. I wasn't even cutting and pasting. I was like writing to everybody. And I'm sorry if I didn't reply to you because I had to stop eventually. I was like, I can't believe how nice people are being. I will say what sucks, as much as there was a lot publicly nice. Everyone's always privately nice.
Yeah.
It's public hate and private. Hey, dude, I love you so much. Like, you could just tweet that. You don't have to do a DM. We could just put that out there so other people know.
If you look at the comments on the last YouTube, it's like hundreds of.
So part of my like grieving stages, if you will, is there was a part of me that I was like, everyone's like, no, don't go, and like, how can we make this? How can we keep it going? I'm like, subscribe when I tell you to subscribe. Buy a fucking ticket. Buy a shirt. Tell your friends. Post a link. Like, this is what I need you to do to keep it going. But obviously that's not fair either, because I was thinking, the way I don't do that for my favorite shows. You just consume it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
People publicly hate, privately love. And
I remember thinking about that with mascots when it was coming out, and I had to keep reminding myself, like, this is the most important thing in the world to you. Mm-hmm. No one else really cares. And, like, you can't demand that from them. And it worked, and it helped it through it, but it is like, you think because it's art, like, subscribe. Why wouldn't you subscribe? But I will say I do subscribe.
I do too.
I'm a subscriber.
I don't use YouTube.
I get pretty goddamn annoyed when I get the push notifications from YouTube that a new video drops. But I subscribe nonetheless.
I'm more of a follower. I will follow you. Like, if I watch one of your videos, I usually kind of have a rule. If your video is fucking great, I'll give you another video. Like, I'll click into your profile and be like, was that just like a one-hit wonder, or is this what you do, or is there more? And if I watch if it's enough for me to like click a second video and not just be like, all right, never mind, that sucked, I'll follow you. I might follow you and mute you, whatever, but like, I know how much. I see it more on Instagram. I get 70% of all my views are from non-followers, which is like the dream, because that means you're reaching new people, but they're just not following. So I'm like, if that's 70%, if I got like 10% of them to follow me, it would be massive numbers, So I make an effort to, and if I used YouTube more, I would probably subscribe. But I feel like I walk the walk after I say that, But I do get that, it's not like your job as a fan to like make sure we're successful,
Right.
I would think that I think that our diehards, like our grassroots people, like feel that way. And there's a couple guys out there. That dude Callie has bought like every shirt we've ever made.
Shoutout,
Wally Mario's made like tons of edits for us. Like, those people I think are like trying, and the rest are just like, I like it. I'm entertained by it, And any variation of that is just very, very welcome. But I came in today. I was sitting with Marty and Nate before we were recording, and I was talking about it, and I was like, I was really floored by all you guys saying it. And Marty goes, yeah, you guys, your podcast was like the Black Square. Remember that on Instagram?
Oh.
I did the same thing too. I was like, what's that? And he's like, remember when you had to post the blackout for like Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
And it was like, if you don't post it, you're the asshole. He's like, I feel like people thought they had to do it. I was like, we're the Black Square. Black Lives Matter and KFC Radio. That's right, motherfucker.
Also, you guys said in the last podcast, like, nobody even thought about texting, like, are you sure we should do this? If it makes a difference, like, I thought multiple times to send, like, you sure? But I knew that you guys would worry, like, I'm worried about my job and want you guys to worry.
You're good, by the way. You guys are good. Like, there's gonna be work to be done. I don't know if we ever had that discussion.
Yeah.
Where I was like,
we
don't worry.
That was like the most important thing.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys were mostly concerned about me and Pavs at first, and I was like, and we were like, why are you guys talking about this?
Well, I always, for years I've thought about like, should we change things? Should we end things? All those things, you know. And I never did it earlier. Well, for a bunch of reasons, but one of the reasons I was like, this would fuck up too many people's jobs. Yeah. And now I feel like we're all in a spot where there's other shit going on and work to be done no matter what, you know. But also, like, I mean, I think when we get going, I think people are going to realize that it's just like, it might be a little more of your thing and then my thing, but like, you're going to get you're going to get us. It's not like we're like gone, you know. But it was a lot easier to do it knowing that like you guys can go work on Out of Order, whatever that may be. You're doing Fishbowl, you're doing the reality shows, you have your thing. Like, it's, you know, there's work to be done no matter outside of this. Yeah. So that made it easier for sure.
That was the main thing.
What?
Who just said that it was? Was it you who just said like we didn't know if we talked about this?
I don't remember if we did or not.
Yeah,
so
we were like, okay. You guys are good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, because I just got some people be like, well, what happens to Jackie and Pabs? And I was like, wait, do they know that we're good?
No, I feel like you guys and I
did get a lot of those texts. Like, are you okay?
That's what I mean.
I'm pretty okay, like, guys. I think.
Right, and you start, am I? I don't know. They said so, but
well, there is still like, I don't know.
Yeah, listen, we could fall on our faces then. You're fucked.
For all I know, in December we lose our jobs. I'm sitting here assuring you, I'm like, we're fine.
Bro, there's 3 scenarios. It's either like we go on and thrive, we lose our jobs, or we just do this again. He's like, okay, never mind, we're back. We're back. It was all a joke. It was all a bit. It was just a bit.
Dude, you were talking about Shay and telling her just about the podcast, and I kind of had a similar situation this weekend where I was at a Bruins game with my nephew, and if I'm not getting recognized at a Bruins game, I'm in big trouble. Yeah. so they were like
it's a good litmus test to like walk in and be like, oh, I'm fucked. My career's over.
And there were like a lot of people coming up and talking to me and taking pictures and stuff like that. And my nephew was like, he's like, why do you have so many fans? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I guess like from my job. And he's like, what do you do? And
how old is he, by the way?
10.
Okay.
And I was like, man, it's kind of hard to describe. It's like a talk show, and celebrities will come on.
You ever drink piss, kid?
And they'll talk about like their movies and their TV shows, and they'll promote stuff like that. And he just looks at me and goes, you mean like a podcast? And I was like, I don't know why I'm talking to you like you're 90.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
So you're a content creator, right? You're an internet influencer? That's very funny. You have a Patreon? I'll subscribe to your Patreon.
On the tea on the way in, I had stopped. I got an Uncrustable because I was really hungry, and I ate it on the tea on the way in, and then at one point I was just standing up talking to him, and he goes, you got a lot of jelly on you. I had 3 different spots of jelly on my sweatshirt.
Bro, you got a lot of jelly on you from a 10-year-old is unreal.
He goes, you got a lot of jelly on you. And 20 minutes later, he's like, you mean a podcast? He's like, you're watching me?
That kid goes home, he's like, my uncle is fucking retarded, dude.
Don't let me hang out with Uncle John anymore. He's got a lot of fans in the bathroom at the Bruins game.
Uncle John, who's got smaller mean?
Dude, the other like dumb little funny story I had to tell was at Thanksgiving, my dad gets up from the table from lunch or whatever meal you call it. He comes back like 10 minutes later, and I was just like, where'd you go? He goes, halftime show. I was like, was this for the Lions Packers game? I was like, what?
Like the Eminem Jack White thing?
He goes 7 minutes, Jack White and Eminem just shredded. And I was like, dude, what are you talking about? I was like, you just got up from Thanksgiving for a 10-minute Jack White concert?
Just like sitting in the other room by himself, just like,
I was like,
I'll be back in a minute.
Can't miss Jack White fucking.
It was a good show.
Yeah, it was a good show. I missed it. I've heard it was a great show.
They put on a show, yeah. That is like he had food on his plate.
On
and
his plate, and he got up, and I was like, where'd you just go? Halftime show was fucking.
Bro, this like somehow happened to me, like half by design, half by accident, but it was all very fitting. I was at the kids' table for Christmas for Thanksgiving. I was at a Friendsgiving. This is, I guess, a couple weeks ago, so it wasn't Thanksgiving, but before that. And one of my friend's kids is I think he's 11. He's the first kid of the bunch, and he's like a sports savant. Like you can talk, you can have a sports conversation with this kid, like I would, anybody else. And so he goes, "Can you sit with me?" And we got food first. And I was like, I'm not gonna say no. So I was like, yeah, for sure.
It wasn't even a Shane Keegan thing?
No, it was not my kids. My kids were not here. They were with their mom. I went to a Friendsgiving. Everyone brought their kids, and I did not bring mine.
That's so much worse.
And so, me and him started the food. When people are like, food's ready, I go get the food.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, move to the table, like it's time to eat, I go. I just like, let's go. So when we sat down, it was empty. But because I sat with an 11-year-old, all the kids like filled in around them, and I didn't realize what was going on until let me see if I can find the video. I wanted to post this, but this is someone else's kids. So I can't. But this I didn't realize what was happening until I looked up, and oh man, this is gonna be hard to find. I looked up, and this kid he had a piece of ziti. Some people brought spaghetti and meatballs too. So he had ziti, and he was using it like a whistle. He was just like whistling in and out through the hole. And I'm like eating, and I look up, and this kid's just staring at me, going through his penne vodka, and he kind of looked like almost like the kids.
The Frankie Borelli gift.
Kinda, yes. Yeah. I'll try to find it, but it was very similar to like Fuller at the table of Home Alone with Buzz and Fuller, like when he's drinking the water, like. I'm gonna piss the bed. He was just looking at me, and I was like eating. I was like, "Oh, that's weird. That kid's fucking being weird." And then I like looked up and down the table, and it's just me and like 30 kids. And then I look up and I see them, and I see my friends are all like filming me and pointing at me, like, "Look at this kid at the kids table." And meanwhile, I was just face down, shoveling meatballs into my mouth with kids. And I was like, "Man, if this ain't the most fitting shit in the world, dude, at the goddamn kids table for life."
Funny.
It was so good, man.
I got one more funny story from the weekend that I forgot to tell.
Wait, hang on. I'm sorry, I found it.
Oh.
Just looking. Just heavy breathing into his
Frankie.
Yes. And he was doing it, and I was like, oh, wait, keep doing that.
With Bert, well, one more funny thing. There's a security incident at one of the shows.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you did tell that one, right?
What?
when we went to dinner after?
When the woman was like, look away, look away.
I told a story?
Yeah, I know it, so maybe you didn't tell it on the air?
Oh, I must have told it on the air then. Maybe
so.
you know it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know it.
You
I
weren't here.
believe you definitely told it to me.
Okay, so
But
we'll
I
skip it.
listened to the episode.
Oh, I must have told it off air.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So I told a story a bunch this weekend, and it was funny, so I'm going to tell it again. The security incident at one of the shows. And it wasn't a big deal by any stretch of the imagination. It was just kind of like someone accidentally stumbled into the green room. And
it's kind of a big deal when you're talking about Bert Kreischer, though. Like,
yeah, no.
Because you don't know. There are crazy people out there.
Genuinely, it is an issue, but like with Bert, he's very cool about it. But like, so there was a security incident where people got into the green room, and like 20 minutes later, it all got resolved, all taken care of, not a big deal. But then we're getting into an Uber, or they call them like your runner, like basically when you have a venue, because we have a bus, when we want to go get stuff, like someone just gives us a ride.
Yeah.
And so like the runner was bringing us to dinner after the security incident and all this stuff. Everything had been resolved, everything was good, but in the car we were still talking about it because it was a big moment. And we're laughing about it more than anything, but we're talking about security a lot for like a 20-minute drive. And our runner is like just a central casting Midwestern woman.
Wait, let me just ask a question. Is the runner like a hired person for the weekend or something, or is it just like a one-time Uber ride?
I think the venue kind of just hires them to have them waiting there whenever we need a ride.
So she's going into it like, I need to take care of Bert Kreischer.
Yes,
okay,
for sure. Yeah.
Not just like I'm driving. Oh, it happens to be Bert. Like, you know what you're getting into.
You guys.
Got it. Yeah.
And like Bert's sitting shotgun, I'm sitting in the back. Everyone else, like I'm sitting right behind Bert. And like we're all just kind of laughing about the situation. Like that was fucking nuts. Like how do you have such bad security? We're talking about security a lot. And the runner can tell we're talking about like from her perspective, this is our first time in the car. All she knows about us is these guys really fucking care about security.
I mean, but also, for all she knows, could have been like someone snuck in with a gun or something like that. She's like, it was a problem, apparently.
Like, we hadn't mentioned security in 2 weeks, but on this moment, we're talking about security a lot. And I'm sitting back here, and I can see her keep looking over, like, nervous. Like she's like, these guys, security is a big thing to them. Yeah. And she keeps looking over, like, oh, God. Oh, God. And then she finally goes, wouldn't it happen if I was there, sir? and the whole car is like, wait, what? Like, you don't have to do a Wahlberg thing about this. Like, we're kind of just joking about the security and stuff like that. And we get to the restaurant, which is closed. It had been closed all day. It was never open at any point on that Sunday. And I just tell you that to tell you how few people were around. And we get there. She throws the car into park. She looks over and goes, I'll secure the scene. And we're all
secure
like,
the perimeter.
We're like, wait, it's midnight in the middle of nowhere. There's one guy on the street, no line outside.
What city
the
is this
restaurant.
again?
Peoria.
I'm picturing like Melissa McCarthy and Brad.
Exactly.
Yes.
Picture exactly
right.
that. And she gets out of the car, like before we even have a second to be like, wait, the scene's fine. She gets out of the car. She's going, no photos, no photos. And there's one guy on the wall smoking a cigarette, looking like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so we're like stumbling out of the van, like, sorry, we didn't tell her to say any of this. Like, this is not what this is supposed to be. And as I'm about to be the last one in, she grabs me by the wrist and like looks me in the eye, like very sincerely. And it's like, I will be here for you whenever you need me. And I was like, okay, sounds good. See you later. And about an hour and a half into dinner, I go smoke a cigarette.
She's there?
I get outside. No, she's gone.
Oh.
And I was like, I wouldn't have even expected you to be here had you not told me you'd be here. But you told me you'd be here, so now where the fuck are you?
You should have that conversation with the next runner and see if they. Yeah. I will be there for you. Just keep carrying this everywhere you go. The thought of like just a like pitch black Peoria and her being like
no photos.
walking with you like a human wall, like I will shield you. I'll take a bullet for you, like the goddamn Secret Service.
It was very.
Who else was on the road with you at that point?
That was me, Bert, Blandford, Kyle, and Alex.
Have you seen Blandford's take on? I fucking love her. Coastal Idiots.
Coastal Idiots. Yeah.
Coastal Idiots, and that's her and Shane.
Yeah,
that's a great duo. So she has a clip out right now about getting the ick from a man, and she went skiing with him. And she said her whole family skis, which I wouldn't have thought that, by the way.
Yeah.
She actually,
like, we were talking about it. We were talking about skiing over the weekend, and she's skiing in like West Virginia, so they're more hills than anything. But she's talking about this mountain, Snowshoe Mountain, in West Virginia, where all the resorts and hotels are at the top of the mountain. And that's very unique, obviously. Like, usually they're at the bottom.
So
and
you take a ski lift up at the end of the day?
Yeah, you take your last ride is, like, going up. And she's like, it's a really cool plot to, like, have a drink and watch the snowfall on the top of the mountain. I was going to say,
it's probably a better view and all that.
I want to go, despite the fact that I don't think it's really, like,
good skiing.
Yeah. Like, I want to go and just, like, spend a weekend.
But even if you don't ski... So her point was she went skiing with a guy who has never skied before. And she was like, oh, it's cool. Like, I'll teach you. But her whole family skis. So she's always just been around people who ski. And she said after watching him be bad at it, that she was like, oh, this is the most unattractive thing I've ever seen. And it was more, not just that like you're not allowed to be bad at things, but it was more like when all of the men in your life can do something and you just take it for granted and then you see someone struggling. Because I was going to say, you don't have to do like double black diamonds to know how to like get your boots and your skis easily, and like things like that. Where I'd be like, oh, I can't like do, it's just like second nature to people who ski, whether you're on a blue square or a black diamond. And she was saying like, ugh, I'm done with that guy. And of course the comments are like, oh, there's a woman who's like not even willing to teach a man something like blah, 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 blah. And I think the caption or one of the comments was like, this is the one. This is it. Like, they're coming for Catherine now.
But, like, I completely understand that perspective.
Absolutely.
And, like, I honestly, I kind of see it in the other way. Like we're talking about sexist stuff. Like, when I meet a girl who can't cook, I'm like, what do you mean you can't cook? Like, everyone in my family knows how to cook.
This is the one. They're coming for John.
It's the same exact thing. I get that it would sound offensive and all that stuff, but like, I'm like, what do you mean?
Second
Every
nature.
woman I've ever met loves cooking, loves baking. Like, it surprises me. I don't break up with you right away, but
the ick is so funny because it's been given this term, and it's kind of a joke. But it's like the realest and most unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
When if it's not just like, oh, that kind of bothers me. When you can no longer look at someone the same way, and you know it's something superficial or stupid or it's very harsh for you to have that opinion, but you can't help how you feel. It's like it's like the same thing as like, you're chasing a girl and then you have sex with her and you're like, I actually don't like you that much. It's like, I don't want it. I didn't think this was going to happen. I really didn't expect this, but it did. And I can't change how I feel. I really didn't think that you struggling with your skis was going to be a problem, but it is. Like,
and on the same thing, I've had
John's
opposite.
like, you leave the kitchen?
Yeah.
You don't just stay barefoot in the kitchen? Where's my sandwich and my blowjob, lady? All the women in my life do that.
This is the same thing. It's the same thing as Catherine's thing. It is. I think Catherine's point is very valid. It is surprising to see things that your whole life people do and they do differently.
This woman can read? You have your own bank account? What is
Catherine's
going on?
Is more like, I can't believe I took this for granted, and she recognized. Yours is just like, woman should be in the kitchen.
No, I'm saying literally the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, it surprises me. I'm like, what do you mean? Like my grandmother had a fucking catering company. Like, every woman in my life
cook too?
My sisters cook all the time. Like, it's just what they do. They hate sports and they love cooking. Those are the women in my life.
That's women.
Yeah. Not Neely. Neely loves sports.
The way God intended it.
But on the opposite, I've taken a woman skiing. And I'm like, yeah, you should know how to do this.
Yeah.
Because the women in my life don't know how to ski.
Right.
Like my Neely snowboards, but my sister skis, but neither of them are not like how we ski. Like,
Right.
It's a very
you're like really skiing.
Yeah. Like my mom will go out.
I also think there's just an overall to be sexist about it. Like if you take a girl to go do like a sport, I don't think most people expect that to be the case. Whereas I think guys are expected to be at least like can handle themselves. You know, like if. Like,
I take the jig skiing where I'm like, yeah, no shit, you don't know how to do this.
Dude, bro, skiing, objectively, is one of the craziest things that society does.
She was from Latin America, too, so I just kept tackling her. Like, whenever she'd get going too fast, I would just hear her. She'd be like, I can't stop.
I mean, the fact that society, a huge industry, like millions of people, are like, let's put these like water skis on our feet and slide down the ice.
It's like
crazy.
Like sledding, like adult sledding.
We're just gonna go really fast down this mountain and then go up and do it again.
I always said that I would want to obviously live in Tahoe for like a month or two, and I always said like,
now that you're out of a job, you can go do that.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
This winter? Well, you ain't got shit to do after January.
Yeah. I mean, but I still have to I feel like I gotta run it by some people.
Yeah, we'll have to work out the budget and stuff. But
can I do it?
Yes! Bro, you are in control of your own life now.
Guys, no.
Yeah, you're on your own, dude.
Never mind, don't want that.
But yeah, you should. What were you gonna say though? You said.
Can I just go? Can I
that
live in
was
Tahoe
the
for a
point of
month?
your. Yeah. Yes.
It's kind of calling my bluff. I kind of was always like, if stuff freed up for work.
Time to be free.
Okay.
Fly away, little bird. One of the funny things that I texted John about this, I really had no expectations for the farewell thing. Like I said, there was only one thing that I kind of wanted, and I mentioned how I've been listening to the Joe Budden show a lot, and one of the things they do, because Joe has been in it, I think as long as we have, maybe like a year or two before or after, like right around the same time, and so he has this running segment where when podcasts are canceled, he plays Another One Bites the Dust. And he gives like a eulogy almost, and it's always like backhanded compliments. And
he gets to play music on his podcast.
Yeah,
they play it, but they take it off YouTube. But but on the audio they just play music. The part of their it's a music podcast, so part of their shit is just they just will listen to like a new song on an album and be like review it. I'm like, boy, wouldn't that be nice? We couldn't do that with audio, right?
I was gonna ask Kamo if we could do
I mean, they played like whole albums on that show, like not YouTube, but on audio. The Greatest Show was. Yeah. I mean, there was a time I remember being afraid that like we were going to lose our entire catalog because like hundreds of episodes had the Greatest Showman song on it, and then we're going to take all this down.
All that stuff, I agree with the internet, like laws catching up to the internet. Mm-hmm. Like I'm for all that, but to retroactively do everything is
crazy.
I totally understand that. Like
I was allowed to say the N-word back then.
Right.
You can't get me in trouble for it now.
Like record labels have been obviously catching up and doing the DMCA and stuff like that. And I genuinely do. I understand. I get it. I don't think it's the smartest thing. Like I think you probably want people to use your songs and stuff like that.
It's the same thing with sports leagues.
But I at least understand what you think you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm fine with that. That's fine. I won't keep using your music.
But starting today.
Yeah, but starting today. Like to
grandfathered in.
To take away my account because 6 years ago I was doing something that like wasn't against. And everyone who's in jail for selling weed is like, yeah, I fucking know, bud.
For real. Those poor bastards.
As I was saying that, I was like,
no, but that's the opposite.
Pretty dumb. What?
That's selling weed.
But it's the opposite. It was illegal, and now it's legal.
Now it's legal.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was legal then.
Point Jackie.
Yeah, point Jackie.
But so they say like this show's done. What a great run they had. But what they're really doing is propping themselves up, being like another one is gone. Well, we're still going strong, And so it's like polite, but also funny and all that shit. And I was like, I would love a Joe Budden, another one bites the dust segment. And we got like a half one. But they did do it. They played so like 2 episodes ago they did it for one show, and then the next episode they had another one, and someone was like, "Damn, like 2 in 2 episodes," and he was like, "Oh, actually 3." Like my boy Kev over there at Barstool, they just announced they're ending their show. One of the first Barstool podcasts, and a couple of the guys in the cast were like, "Oh, I fuck with that guy," and then they went into the show they were actually like canceling, but I was like, we made it. It's a funny thing to be like, man, the one wish I had when I end my show is that this guy dances on my grave. But it is, it's like kind of like a badge of honor, I think, to even be on the radar.
Yeah,
like,
for
it's
sure.
Worth mentioning. So that was probably my favorite part of the announcement, if you will.
About the announcement, I don't think I said this part. In the one DM I read, thanks for introducing me to other...
Yeah.
Better was in parentheses. And that made it even ruder to me.
Like you could have just said
other parenthetical better podcasts.
I would that guy's either just a fucking asshole.
You want to hear something real crazy?
What?
Woman.
What?
Okay, so this actually I think this is what it is. I think if you were to write back like, well, that was fucked up, I think she would be like, no, I meant like you guys have found so many, like introduced us to so many things, and like I think they meant it in a positive way.
Sure. But no, not going back to find out, Kevin.
That's something I actually think is positive about us. It's like, yeah, like does it suck that all of those shows like exploded, and then like kind of our value of being like the people who put these guys on disappeared? Yeah, that sucks. But I also love the fact that I'm like, it's also a relatively easy thing to do because a lot of these guys are so funny. But I don't think we were ever like wrong, where it was like, yo, this guy is like funny, and it's like, and then they just like fizzled out and didn't do anything.
Yeah,
most of the guys that we were like, that was a great episode, let's have that guy back as a guest, ended up being fucking monsters,
right.
So I do think we had a good eye for that sort of stuff as far as like who was really going to be next. And I think the fans, that's why the show, I think that was the value of the show, is like you get introduced to these things. It sucked that we kind of put ourselves out of business, but made ourselves obsolete a little.
If it makes you feel better, I feel like anybody who DMs you has never listened to the podcast, because then they would know that you don't actually read your DMs. So there's no point in.
That's a good point.
That's true.
I DM'd you for a job.
How'd you get a job? Nick, my brother?
Nick. I DM'd the account.
Yeah.
Nick should be in charge of all hiring at Barstool Sports. He hired you two, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think those are Nick's only 2 hires.
Dude,
Nick should be in charge of hiring.
The
amount of all the producers though, like a lot of producers came through here. You two, Noah was here for a little bit. Tommy Lay was here for a little bit. Like anybody who kind of like just needed to get in the door, which is also another thing. That was a big, like, you got me into podcasting in general or whatever. I think it was just a very big gate opening type show. internally and externally. Bluechew is the OG when it comes to sexual enhancement tablets. Like KFC Radio is the OG podcast. Bluechew is the OG dick tablets company out there. They are the first. They are the best and the most reliable. Bluechew has been, there's a lot of other people in the space. Bluechew is like the podcast dick game. Every podcast did it. Every guy has heard this term Bluechew, and it's because they are the first and the best. It is a pillar of the male sexual performance community, men's health, men's sexual wellness, all of that, all available at Bluechew. And nothing makes you feel more like a legend than a little bit of Bluechew. So discover your options at BlueChew.com today. They got a special deal for our listeners where you get your first month of Bluechew for free when you use promo code KFC at checkout. All you got to do is pay $5 for shipping, and that's it. You're talking about bigger, longer lasting, more satisfying erections for you and your partner. And, when we started the podcast, it was probably still a taboo thing, and you would be almost embarrassed to take it, or you wouldn't want people to know, or how do I even get my hands on it? I need to go to a doctor, all that stuff. And by the time we're ending it, it is now totally common, nothing to be embarrassed about, and Bluechew are still the guys out there doing it the best. So just like us, they've been around the game for a long time. So head over to BlueChew.com, use promo code KFC, $5 for shipping, and the rest is free for your first month at BlueChew.com. All right, Kraken. I've been telling you about Kraken for months now. It is the best and only app for you to buy, sell, and swap cryptocurrency. They also allow you to exchange money between friends, and they get a referral bonus. You get a referral bonus anytime you refer a friend to Kraken. Right now, there's never been a better time to join Kraken and do your crypto trading with them, because they are running a sweepstakes right now where they're going to give away a full Bitcoin this month. That's crazy.
One whole Bitcoin.
That's crazy. You get a whole Bitcoin. First of all, right now, even with it being down, that's like $100,000. And if you believe in the Bitcoin hype, that could be, generational money for you and your family if it goes to $1 million, like some people say. For free, you can win a whole Bitcoin. All you got to do is trade one single dollar. Download Kraken, put up $1, 4 quarters, make a trade, and then you could be the winner of this one crypto coin and become a crypto baller. Every dollar you trade on Kraken gets you one more entry into the sweepstakes. So if you trade $1, you get an entry. You trade $10, you get 10 entries. I mean, can I go on Kraken right now and buy a Bitcoin and then have 100,000 chances to win the next Bitcoin? That's crazy. And so it says you can go all the way up to 1 million entries if you're feeling spicy. This is a good promo. There's going to be some people out there being like, I'll just buy all the Bitcoin. And so here's the deal. 1 winner gets a Bitcoin. 5 winners get 10 grand. And then 100 people win $100. Those are real prizes, no bullshit, all just this month. So it ends, not even this month. It's been going on. So it ends on December 3rd. So you have
1 day.
A day. If you were planning on buying any crypto, do it right now. Get as many entries as you can to win this Bitcoin or 10 grand or $100 for free. Download Kraken today. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves loss of risk and is offered to U.S. customers, excluding New York and Maine, through Payward Interactive Inc. View legal disclosures at kraken.com/legal/disclosures. Where are you at on Stranger Things? Did you watch it?
I am on episode 4.
You guys watch it?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
Are you a Stranger Things watcher fan?
I have not watched it.
I was so out on it. I was over the hiatus was so long. I really lost my interest. I'm not super weird. I think people are being a little bit weird about the kids getting older. It happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little bit strange. And there was a point where I was as a fan.
But they're in high school. They look like high schoolers.
Yeah.
They look like fucking Hollywood high schoolers. But
right.
they look like Hollywood.
When fucking Tom Holland plays Spider-Man, is that a problem?
Yeah, they're they're in their early 20s and they're playing a high schooler.
Right.
Tim Riggins was 33 playing a sophomore.
There's plenty of examples about that. I think it's a little bit weirder when it's part of the charm and allure was they were 10,
Yeah.
And now they're 16. That 6 to 8 years in that era of your life is very different than a 25-year-old playing a high schooler is different than playing a middle schooler. You know what I mean? I don't know how old they are. So it's the same age difference, I think, but it's just a different stage in life that makes it a little bit weird. Yeah. But I think people are taking it to the max.
No, I didn't know. I know that was a joke we made a lot, but I don't know. Watching the show, I'm I don't know. They're high schoolers.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that was kind of my point is I thought I was out, and then I started watching it, and I fucking loved it. I thought it was there's some moments where the acting is a little cheesy and the writing is like a little bit goofy. There's one particular scene where Robin and Will are like laughing with each other and they're like, I was like, what the fuck is this? But
that was a problem I've noticed in season, like adding Maya Hawke sucks for everyone else.
Because she's a good actor?
She's fucking
she's a real actor. Yeah.
Everyone else
you guys are
like,
child actors who like caught a wave and you're learning on the fly, and we just dropped a real actor.
Yeah, Maya Hawke fucking nice with it.
Yeah.
And then like I think what's his name, Will Schnapp or whatever like that.
He was real too.
The one who plays Will. No, he's like
yeah.
He has to keep acting off her, and it's like you
totally. Well, I will say, I don't want to spoil anything. If people
what
haven't
I
watched it.
What I was gonna say was when we were texting about it, what happened? What I said it happens to me happened.
That's what happened to me too, but I didn't expect it to happen.
I never think I'm gonna like it. I'm always over it, and then I start it, and I'm like, nah, this rocks.
I thought it was great. I thought again,
it is just Game of Thrones, right?
Well,
like, the babies taken beyond the wall, and they're trying to get to the wall.
It's very similar to that, and I did say
when they zoomed out on the wall, I was like, oh, this is like
the wall.
same shot from the wall.
Yeah. And then, so you haven't seen the very end?
I've not seen the very end. I finished episode 3 last night.
I will just say that there is the very end moment is everything that Game of Thrones wanted to happen in one piece, one very big piece of the Game of Thrones puzzle. Stranger Things nailed what Game of Thrones wanted to do, and everyone hated it in Game of Thrones, and I think everyone loved this moment where it was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Really?
I'll leave it at that.
4 episodes?
Only 4 out right now.
So
and
there's
then
4
more next month.
And then Christmas, and then New Year's.
Okay.
Which...
Oh, there's 4 more each?
I think it's 4-4-2. I think
4-4-2.
because it's like I think if you were to watch weekly, it would get you to Christmas or close to.
Oh, okay.
And then I think it goes from Christmas to New Year's, which is only like a week, and I think it's like 1 or 2 episodes after that. I think I'm not sure of that, but I'm pretty sure it's 8.
Murdaugh show screwed up their release time because it's like everyone already knows the ending, and it was so good, but like I haven't kept up in like the past few weeks.
Wait, what?
The Murdaugh show.
What about it?
Is it over?
It's over, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that's why.
Okay.
I was like, wait, how did it end?
Then ignore.
Hard to end a show when you know the ending.
Yeah,
hard to end a show when you know it.
But that's why I thought that show was so good, because if like it was all out there, I knew like I kind of forgot some of the details, but I knew what was going on, and I still fucking loved that.
Yeah, I thought that was.
And so that was my point.
There's so much good TV right now.
We
it's
are in
insane.
do not take it for granted.
Yep.
It is. We are in like a golden
It's
era
almost. It's
right
like
now.
stressful.
There's a lot to keep up
stressful
with.
to keep up with.
I was texting you. I was like, have you watched All Her Fault? And you were like, no, I'm watching The Beast in Me. And I was like, oh, I just finished All Her Fault, and I'm doing that. And you're like, oh, I just finished Beast in Me, and I'm doing like it's like everyone's got to keep up with everything.
The Beast in Me is really good.
Bro, The Beast in Me, I had to turn off. I was so high, and I get paranoid when I was high, and that show's so stressful that I was like, can we put on like some goofy shit for a little bit? Like it was that Matthew Rhys Rice, I think is maybe the most underrated actor in the world today. Dude, especially apparently playing a psychopath. Like when he yells and
in episode 7, I think is how many there are, maybe 8, whatever it is.
There's 8 total. Yeah.
The finale, he's unreal every fucking step of the way. But episode 1, there is like it's like when him and Claire Danes like have their first
She's
fight.
fucking a good actor.
And like I don't even know why the camera angles are like up high coming down on their faces. And for some reason that made it so much more intense, I thought.
Also at the very end where they're in the jail and they're sitting in front of each other, they just both speak to the camera. And, And it's like I think it just kind of slowly zooms in, and I was like, this is really well done. Claire Danes
is
she's as far as I can think of, I'm sure she's done a million things. Right now, she feels like, I don't want to say one trick pony because that sounds negative, but like she always just plays the frazzled, overwhelmed, maybe crazy white girl.
Yeah.
And Homeland and this, like, and she's
one's from the creators.
She trembles and what's that?
From the creators of Homeland.
Oh, is it? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She's been acting since she was, a kid. But that storyline, a lot of Durst, Robert Durst, elements to that.
Yeah. It's so visceral too. Like there's a lot of like scenes and shots and sounds where you're like, this is just gross.
Yeah.
Like when he's just sitting there eating the chicken for a minute.
Oh,
and it's just like him
sucking
like
it down,
deboning a chicken, and it's just 1 minute straight of him like messy eating a chicken.
Bro, the scene where he kills the one person kills the one person, and they show the above and
it goes on long.
Oh man,
they're like
what is the noises that repeat.
That was like Sonny when that was like Dennis pitching the movie, and he's like, and we show it. We show everything.
Yeah.
Like that's how that show is. Like we're showing fucking everything.
I thought, where are you at on All Her Fault?
I just finished episode 2. Have you seen any All Her Fault?
No. But
I don't really understand like how much is supposed to be reality versus like metaphorical. Like to give you to what I'm referring to specifically is the press conference when the kid is missing, and how she as the mother is attacked.
Yeah.
That would never.
I don't think so. Yeah.
So like, is it supposed to be like that's how she feels as the mother?
So All Her Fault I think is good, but I think there was just some things like that where it's like this is not like a perfectly executed show.
Yeah,
So
but if that's what it is, that's
and it could be
how she's feeling. That's different. But like the whole press is like
screaming,
attacking her about where her kid is, and it's like that just wouldn't happen.
What would have been better,
but don't get me like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if a mother feels like that, I understand.
Yeah,
I totally get that a mom would feel like that. But just in reality, that is
I
very.
think a more realistic way to have done that would have been like show like the internet sending her messages.
Yes,
because that probably does happen. Where if they think that you're the culprit in true crime shit, I'm sure that happens. I don't think the press would do that in front of the whole world.
The reporters in the room. That's a great point. They should have shown it through DMs.
And I think
it
was a mechanism to show that she's just like overwhelmed and off her rocker. Jake Lacey, plays. He's a good psychopath.
Yeah,
that was a show where maybe first of all I said 100 times, oh, they're fucking each other, and I don't think anybody was fucking each other. But probably like 5 or 6 times I was like, it's that person. It's that person. And then like the next scene would prove it's not the person. I was like, it was not them. No, it wasn't them. I was wrong. It's her. Yeah. And the next scene would prove it's not her. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop. I don't know the answer here. And then when it all comes together, when that story plot all comes together, I think it's one of the like. I said to John, it's almost like when we hear those really amazing stories, and then you find out they're just like urban legends that aren't real. Yeah. It's like that level of story. Where it's like, oh, that's what happened. That can you believe? It all comes together really, really good. Yeah. Very entertaining, I'll say. Especially you guys watching it, maybe like the way it's executed or the realism. I don't know about that, but it's just in terms of like, oh shit, this is crazy. It was really good. Where are you at on Pluribus?
I'm up to date.
I am not up to date. I haven't done episode 4 yet. I really liked episode 2.
Don't worry.
1 and 3, I think are solid. Yeah.
Here's what I will say, and I hate that I'm about to say this, but I think part of it's true, and I definitely think it's true for like other viewers, like this generation of viewers. I think the Vince Gilligan slow burn does not play as well in this era. I think, especially with Pluribus, episode 3, I think was like 42 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But Vince Gilligan will spend like, if you probably add it all up, there's probably like 12 or 14 minutes of like montages and nobody talking at all, which is cool. Like 100 times a show on Pluribus, I go, that's a cool shot. Oh, that's a cool, like the way, oh, I get the symbolism there. I get what they're trying to say. But in terms of just like in this era where all these shows are available, like I said, we're kind of in a golden age. We will watch it, but I wonder if it's going to have a lot of steam with the average casual fan who, if you're not like, oh, that's Vince Gilligan, and I remember this looked like Breaking Bad, and she was in Better Call Saul, and it's sci-fi, it's a little weird. Like I was kind of talking through it, and I was talking to Rhea, and I was like, she was like, yeah, I don't think this is for me, and I was like, you would hate the show. I think it's got to work for you. I think that like slow burn is a little bit tough. I think it's just a little different.
I agree, but also like, I think this show is to win Emmys.
Yeah,
so
it's
like
not
this
for
show,
the audience.
This is for Apple Studios to get Emmys.
Yeah,
and I think that's why they went and got Vince Gilligan and Ray Sorkin, because guess what? They just won every goddamn fucking Emmy, right? I mean, for Better Call Saul, I imagine they won.
Yeah. I think the whole thing.
Rhea Seehorn never won.
Right. I think some people are saying this is like her revenge.
But like
tour.
the show did, and Odenkirk did.
Yeah.
Like I'm guessing this is because Apple wants Emmys. Every studio wants awards.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking this is like we don't really care how popular it is. We want.
It's like a studio. They cleaned up with the studio and they want to do that again.
Yeah.
And
it's like what they wanted with fucking the Scorsese movie, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah.
They're like. I don't know that at all. That's just my guess. But like, I think that
there's a point too.
You do like every network, right? Because every like streaming service is now a network.
Yeah.
So like, I think this is their Emmy show.
You have your entertaining.
You got your fucking The Last Frontier, which is your
action and shit.
Action show. Like I think they're all just gonna start doing that. So like,
yep.
It probably won't be their most popular show.
I was just thinking that I thought this show is going to be like a cultural moment, and now I'm like, I think it's going to be like a niche, like what you're describing.
Yeah. But also like those, we won't be able to know until it's out.
Totally.
Because then,
totally.
But this is what with mascots too. It's like maybe when it comes out, like everyone will binge it. I think Vince Gilligan's got a better shot than we did.
Perhaps. But Mikey Pavs, Vince Gilligan, you're on your way, but we got some time.
I think I think it'll still end up being a very, very good show.
I'm just thinking that
but I have lost steam in it as well.
What you kind of said about episode 2, like it crystallized and it all came together. 3 and 4, I'm like it was the same show. It was the same episode.
Yeah.
And it's the same theme of like her going through the motion. Although I will say this, the very end of episode, maybe I'm being harsh because maybe like the second half of the last episode, she is now on her like investigation tip. She's like really trying to figure it out, like in a tangible way. She's like tracking down. Oh, this label was written on the thing, and I'm gonna go to this factory, and so we're getting there.
Saw?
I don't want to say, but
yeah.
I think it's
what? Yeah. And I think that that's what they're.
Yes. That's what that's what they're using to create that.
If you scan.
You can just say it.
No,
I really don't care. You can just say it.
I think so. She.
If it was the finale, that'd be one thing, but like episode 4.
She's figuring out what they drink and eat and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And they just drink this one drink. It looks like Fruity Pebbles, and she's trying to figure out what it is. And so she goes to a dairy plant. It's all in milk jugs. So she realized she falls into a dumpster at some point, like investigating. It's just milk cartons everywhere. And so she's like, they're just drinking milk. And then she goes to the dairy plant near her, and it's not milk. It's in milk jugs, but it's this weird liquid. And she's trying to figure out what is that liquid made out of. And at the very end of the episode, she tracks that to another location, and she opens up the door, and she's like horrified. And I think it's all the dead people that they were like carrying out. I think they're like mashing them up, and like that's what they're eating or something like that, or drinking.
Apparently,
that's
if
my
you
guess.
Scan the barcode like in real life, it like leads to a link to Soylent or something, which is a reference to.
I called the number. That's
oh, you did?
The number she calls to talk to the president. You can call, and it's like answering machines. Like, hello, Carol. Like, I love those things. I think those are always so marketing. Cool. Yeah. So it gets going, but it was basically like an episode and a half more of like, you don't like this, they don't like you now because you scare them when you go crazy, and it was just like, let's get going. Yeah. Maybe I'm being a little bit hard.
It also is like I always think about Breaking Bad, where like I get mad when people are like, it's so slow. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? Yeah. Like the opening is a fucking gun chase. In episode 2, someone's killed. In episode 3,
even as I was just doing it myself, I was like, oh no, wait, she did this investigation. There was a big cliffhanger at the end.
Like if you watching it might feel slow, but if you break down like what's happening, like a lot of big stuff is happening.
Yeah.
I haven't seen episode 4 yet, but up until then, she's learning about the electricity. I get like I'm not in love with it, but I do understand what's happening.
And I think if you have faith in Gilligan, I think it'll all kind of come together. But there was I don't remember which episode it was. Did you see the drone come pick up her trash? Mm-hmm. It was like I
don't know that
she has garbage, and they are staying away from her because when she goes crazy, they get like hurt, And she was like, I need my garbage taken out. And they're like, just put it on the front step, but it can't be more than like 8 pounds or something like that. And a drone comes to pick it up, and it really struggles. And I think it was probably some like heavy-handed, more AI symbolism of like technology doesn't always work exactly how you want it to. It's a little wonky, but it felt like it was 5 minutes of watching this drone struggle. And it's probably like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
But in my head, I was like, I get it. Let's go. And when that happens a couple times an episode, the way it does with Vince Gilligan with those montages and nobody talking for a while. And even this is like, there's really one character. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot to rely on in a little to rely on in a very big way. So I think sometimes watching it, I'm a little like, but then when I look at the big picture, I'm like, actually, it's fine. Yeah. You know? So maybe that's the point is that, you know, you can't judge like knee-jerk reactions to a show like that. I don't think is a good thing. You know, you got to like look at it in totality.
I think episode 3 is like 90% montage.
Yeah,
they're very cool.
They're cool montages, but
like,
I think that also that's what I meant about the audience now. Like, I think that might be a little dated. Not that it's bad. I think it's actually awesome. But in terms of mass appeal, I think some people will be like, "What's going on? Nothing that happens in the show." You know,
the montages in this one in particular, I think, are really cool because you get people who are out of uniform doing in uniform stuff, and vice versa. I thought it was so cool how like the first plane was being flown by a waitress with TGI Fridays. Yeah, and like how like you'll see a cop just carrying stuff. Like I don't know. I just think visually that ends up looking really cool to be able to have that. Tool.
Visually, the show's awesome.
Yeah,
Albuquerque, the backdrop, some of like the weird movements and the way they're so robotic. Like all of that looks very very cool. As I'm watching All Her Fault, the one big critique of All Her Fault that I just realized is the police officer in All Her Fault is never wrong. He has the most ridiculous hunches and connects the most ridiculous dots, and it works out. And I'm like, that is the fakest police work I've ever fucking seen. But it's Michael Pena. And as I'm watching it, the young lady I'm watching with goes, oh, how'd she word it? She was like, I just can't believe that Michael Pena is not like a Hollywood leading man. And I was like, wait, what? She was like, basically putting him on the like a George Clooney level. She was like, he's just like so handsome and like I think he should be like the star of these shows. And I was like, Michael Pena? That guy? Like the dude from Crash, and like I'm running through these other things, and it's like, and she was like, yeah, he's just like leading man. I was like, yeah, of course, like McConaughey, Pitt, and Michael Pena. Like, I was like, I'm questioning everything right now.
It's funny too because like I'm thinking of even like his bigger roles, or at least the roles I know him from, like. He's certainly not playing a leading man. He's playing like kind of a weak guy, like Shooter.
Yeah,
Ant-Man.
He's never like the guy. Yeah. And I was like, "Is this?
Oh shit, Michael Pena's here."
It was like it was Jason Statham or something like the Equalizer's in the room or some shit. I was like, "This is a great." And then by the end of it, it was like, "I just think he's like a really nice guy who like deserves a great career." And I was like, "Well, that's different."
Which I agree with.
Totally, totally. But you know, I'm looking in the mirror myself like. Well, I look like it. This is fucking shit.
What do I deserve?
Okay, so I thought both of you guys might be interested in this. So these guys, Raiders of the Lost podcast, I just ended up following them recently, and they kind of just do like film and TV talk. And two back-to-back videos here that I think are interesting. The first one is what happened to funny characters.
Movies coming out theatrically have been straying away from character comedy. Dodgeball. Ben Stiller's character in that movie. That person doesn't exist in real life, but it breeds great comedy. It's a cartoon character. Yeah, exactly. You know, he's pumping up his jock, and he's got. It's ridiculous. Are you reading the dictionary? I like to break a mental sweat too. We don't get that.
So anymore. I think that's a good point. Is that like there's like silliness?
Yeah.
That everything is mostly rooted in attempted to be rooted in reality. You know what I mean? Where it's like, and then this kind of goes hand in hand. This is the next one. Comedy is just quips now.
Comedy the last 10 years has just been quips and jokes that the actors say. It's not performance-based. Ace Ventura, when he's doing the football bit with the skirt on, and he's got his crazy hair, and he's... Let's see that again. Yeah. It is a replay. That's a sketch. They would write a sketch into the script. Then the actor would do basically a skit in the movie. That football bit, it's like...
I think that's... Like whether you believe it or not, I think those are two cool, like, interesting things to discuss where... And they kind of go hand in hand. Is like... The head of Globo Gym like talking like that and being so it's stupid.
Yeah.
And I think now whether it's that cringe thing we talked about or whatever, like people I think would be like, no one would ever like say or act like that. It's like, yeah, we know. It's just funny. Like Ace Ventura like talking in Rewind and like being all goofy is funny. It's not realistic. Mm-hmm. And the thought of that comedy is almost like 100% it seems reliant upon clever jokes,
jokes,
writing, which I think might come from the internet, funny tweets, stand-up comedy, where it's like a punchline, you know?
For sure.
Instead of like, it's funny that like he's a big guy in a little dress or something like that, you know? And I almost think that I could see people viewing that as like lesser than, like the goofy kind of comedy is like low-hanging fruit or not like smart, you know? And I think we maybe went too far the other direction, like some silliness. Like that, I think Naked Gun coming back and those things are like a good sign that like, yeah, you're supposed to just be laughing. But I think those are two. I wanted to hear what you guys thought being involved in all this shit.
I believe that later in that clip they talk about how it started with Judd Apatow and how he kind of started that whole where it's like it's more about the story, and then there's jokes in between that make it funny.
And those were awesome.
Those are all awesome.
But
but not everyone's Judd Apatow.
Not Apatow. Yes.
So then you continue to do that, but then there's also people like Tim Robinson that have brought that back.
Yeah.
But he's got one fastball. He throws it a million miles per
1,000
hour.
miles an hour. Yeah.
But you know what that joke is coming. All of his like reactions and stuff like that.
He was the first one that came to mind for me. I'm a little bit like, I think sometimes he's very funny, but then there are times, kind of what they're discussing is like, he's stuffing hot dogs in his pockets, like or whatever, you know. It's like it's funny, but then like the next sketch and the next episode is the same thing, and like I think there might be a little bit of a shelf life on that. Maybe that's why it used to be like a movie, a standalone thing, instead of a series. So sometimes I like it, sometimes I prefer like a Vince Vaughn, just quippy, you know, fast delivery, good writing. I think the answer is that you can do both. Like there's just two different types of comedy, but it seems like we're only doing one now.
I completely agree. I also think that's that's the internet.
Yes.
Like the like there's really no new girl. At least like there's nothing that's that level right now.
Yeah.
Like 20-something-year-olds living in the city trying to find themselves, and I think that's not due to exclusively, but partly due to like that show is just happening on the internet.
Yeah, it's a
like
podcast.
You're following the influencer who's doing this show,
right?
And I kind of think the characters are also on the internet right now.
Yeah,
and
I mean, there's plenty of sketches. You guys are doing them. Like you can find that. It's just not in movies.
But even, and I don't even mean strictly speaking for sketches. I mean like some people on the internet are just fully a character. Yeah, and it's very funny,
goofy,
ridiculous.
Like
Jerry, like Jersey Jerry's pretty character-based comedy, and like I think a lot of people are doing that on the internet, so people are like, we're not going to put that in movies and TV because there's somewhere to find it already.
Right. I also think when it's done on the internet right now, that filmmakers,
PFT, right?
But I think the people in Hollywood then think of that as lesser. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Yeah. And that's not fair.
But
you could
they think of it as lesser because they can't make money off it because someone else is making money off it.
I think of like The Bear. I would say The Bear is the opposite end of the spectrum where it's considered like a comedy, but it's just
so crazy. I think that's crazy.
But it's just like it is quips. It is like funny,
that's just
whatever.
It's regular. It's chefs in a fucking kitchen.
The complete opposite of like slapstick humor.
I mean, like when Ace Ventura is such a good example of it. It's like somebody was like, let's make a whole fucking movie series about a pet detective. It's in the goddamn title. Yeah. He's chasing down the Miami Dolphins mascot. That's fucking like, that's a risk. Because it could have absolutely crashed and burned, you know? Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of movies like that, like even Dumb and Dumber. Like a lot of the Jim Carrey movies are going to be like that. I think I remember like The Pest, John Leguizamo. Remember that? Like he's in that giant car and it's just like stuff that I could see now, especially with the proliferation of the internet. Critics and everyone's got a podcast that if you take a risk like that and it bombs, you're gonna get like flamed, you know. Whereas if you're just I just do this character on the internet, I just made a Instagram reel. Sometimes you like it, sometimes you not a big deal. But if you make a movie about that and it misses, I could see that being like a career killer, or you don't get another shot or something like that. So, but you know, I can't confidently say that I would like to watch an Ace Ventura movie right now. I loved it back then, and I will always love that movie. But if you did a new version, I think I'd be like, this is dumb. Which is that's why they don't do them.
I was going to say, I think when people are always like, they don't do this anymore, like, for a reason.
You don't like them anymore. And maybe that is something that's better. Like, you get that on the internet, and then high budget, you know, very talented people are not going to be doing that stuff. But I don't know. Then I look at a Jim Carrey, and it's like that guy became an icon doing dumb shit, doing silly humor, you know? Yeah. So you can't like totally shy away from it, but I also get why you would in this era of everything. It's got to be cool and whatever, you know?
I also learned the other day that right now, or a few days ago when I read this, Hollywood box office was up 2% on the year with Zootopia 2, Fire and Ash, Marty Supreme, and one more
What's
big
Fire
one.
and Ash?
Avatar. Avatar 3. So it's Avatar 3, Zootopia, Marty Supreme, and I think there's one other big one still to come out. So based on my own stupidity, I'm guessing that like at the end of the year, because those are 3 monster movies.
Up a decent amount.
I'm guessing at the end of the year, Hollywood box office is up 5%.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's but somewhere between 2 and 5. That's a good year.
Yeah,
right?
you're up. It's positive.
Like,
I mean,
everyone who's always talking about like
if it's up from last year, and last year was terribly low, like getting up 5% might be like we're still a fraction of where we were at in 2010, something like that.
But like that 2010 is a different world.
Totally.
There's nothing to compare to 2010.
Can't compare.
Like all you can compare to is last year. Are we getting better? You're up 5%.
Yeah.
Like I've said this before, but reading that book, The Oscar Wars, Hollywood has been going out of business
forever.
Every year since it's been invented. Yeah. Every year people are like, the talkies are ruining things. This is ruining things. Like, people always want entertainment.
I do think though that when you are talking about a time period that like there is kind of a revolution of technology and information and all that shit. Like technology is always evolving, so this always applies, I'm sure. But when you hit those tipping points where stuff really goes like exponentially faster, like I would imagine movies from like the 70s to the 90s, it was like the same industry.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Like,
no.
like you think in the 70s and 80s things like changed that much?
70s was a major change.
In what like
just like who was making movies? Like it changed from basically being the MGMs and like the studios to the artists started making. So it was like corporate world was making movies from like the 30s to the 70s. The 70s is when it switched to artists started making movies. Like Cary Grant like went out of his way to get Dennis Hopper into the Academy and Martin Sheen and a bunch of other people, like people who made Easy Rider, Jaws, so Spielberg, Nashville, and there were 2 other movies, Cuckoo's Nest, and
like
one
names.
other.
Yeah.
And it was like those 5 movies were like used as the new Hollywood is coming. So like the Jack Nicholsons, like the Cary Grants is who they were kind of getting out, where like it was your stereotypical leading man, a Michael Pena type. And then like in the 70s it flipped to like artists, and that's when like kind of hippie movies, and not you think about the 70s, like it was full of artists, artists everywhere. That's when it became more like art rather than corporate stuff.
So I guess there's always evolving and change. I think though, like those are valid changes, but I think it's like it's still very different than like we are now competing with an entire new technology and medium that takes up people. Like back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, it was still like television, movies, and like books.
Yeah.
Relatively, you know what I mean? Maybe video games start to creep in there. But for the most part, it stayed that same way for like, I think decades. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I think every 10 years you're going to have new stuff. Like even the 70s, like everyone didn't have a TV in their house.
Right.
Like that wasn't until the 90s
competing with
probably.
regular like nightly TV.
A TV in every home.
Yeah.
Like there's always something you're fighting against.
Right.
But what was I just going to say? Oh, like before 70s, I kept saying corporate. It was more like cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians, and the good guy won every time.
Yeah.
Like the good guy had to win because that meant your box office went up 25%. If the good guy lost,
you're done.
It was done. So like it was only good guy versus bad guy movies, which is the good guy won.
Probably similar to what we're just talking about, like why there are no silly comedy.
Yeah,
it's like whenever what pays the bills in that era is what people are gonna fucking do. Yeah, I mean, I look at like I always laughed at this is television, not movies, but the Batman TV series that's like boom, pow, and like. I mean, it's like the worst, but I think that was like the biggest deal.
Yeah,
like, it was amazing. Can't miss it. You watch it now, and it's like that's just an old flabby dude in tights delivering stupid, terrible lines. But people were like, "That's Batman." Like, so I wonder if we'll look back on. I don't know how much better technology and movies can get.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess maybe eventually you're doing like 3D hologram projections. But will we look back and be like, people thought Avatar was a big deal, like with effects, like that's garbage. Part of me feels like we got to top out somewhere. I don't know.
Did you see like I don't exactly know, but there's like some Facebook people are coming together on Facebook and like cosplaying an ant colony, and then like everyone's like,
this is the problem. This is what's going on the internet.
Yeah,
there are movie executives going, we got to fucking cosplay as the goddamn ants now. They're pretending to be an ant
like
colony.
People are like finding just like weird niche ways to entertain themselves. Yeah, and everyone's like pretending like individually to be ants.
Is there like a queen?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Look it up. I heard this
I actually
in
like this kind of stuff. I would never watch it myself, but I love that the internet.
What?
Which I type in?
Type in Facebook ant colony cosplaying. And I'm not this was something that I heard in passing, and I was just like, I don't even want to look into this. Group world, be ants in an ant colony. Yep.
A group.
1.7 million members.
Whoa. Wow.
See, I think I would never do this. I think they're all fucking crazy and probably should be thrown in jail. I think this is cool that like these people are obviously fucking weird, and they can find this shit. Like for the rest of human history, those people sat alone in a basement going, "Man, I wish we could pretend to be ants," but like no one. I'm so weird. No one wants to do that. And then you find out there's 1.7 million people that want to do it with you.
And it reminds me, like, there's more weirdos out there than normal.
Yes.
Like when I think of
What is happening in this group? What do you mean they're pretending to be ants?
Seriously, I don't join it.
Yeah, join it. Like, are they dressing up? Are they acting like them? Are they?
I think if I
this
had
could go
to
a million
guess,
different ways.
I think that they're just kind of like, hey, queen. Can I also say something real quick? One time I had lice when I was younger.
Oh, gross.
Sorry, but when I was younger, and they found the queen lice in my hair, and.
You had like the lice.
The lice, and like I was kind of grossed out at first, but then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, but she chose me.
Oh my god! I knew she was going to say that. Oh my god, I'm so special. Am I famous? The queen picked me.
The lice woman said that she's never seen it before.
Can you scroll down?
And she chose me. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that.
So
in.
like,
the concept is simple.
I've never seen a girl disgusting as this.
I mean, John, this is just funny because it makes you sound stupid. It's like, the concept is simple. Members of the ant group post photos and videos about being ants. What don't you get, dude? They live to serve their fictional queen and find her food, such as crumbles, candy, and ice cream. Bro, this sounds great. A bunch of people bringing me ice cream. I'll be your queen. Members write comments.
I got an address for you guys.
Members write comments like lift, munch, and link as they pretend to be ants. In one post, a group member shared a photo of pink ice cream with ants crawling on top of it. The poster asked other members to munch with them. So this is just literally through text.
Yeah.
This is like old computer games where you just had to like type in commands and shit, and it would tell you like one of the very first video games is like you type in like walk up the mountain. And it says like when you walked up the mountain you encountered a dragon, and then you type like fight the dragon and it'll be like you died. And then next time you have to go run away from the dragon. But it's just text on a screen. This is just people saying like eat this, and then you write back like I am eating it. That's fucking crazy.
Is this like a kinky thing?
I was going to say, somebody's jerking off to this. There's 1.7 million people jerking off to ant pictures and shit. Everything goes back to a kink. Like, everything is being done for people to get their rocks off one way or the other.
Yeah, if I was to me, I'd be like, okay, at least we're not, like, doing ant stuff. You know?
My husband drinks my piss, but I'm not pretending to be an ant on the internet.
Lift to the queen.
70 role-playing people on... So what's weirder, being one of the 70 who play it, or the 1,600,999,000
watch.
Just
here for love of the game.
I would love to. You know that the vast majority of those people are like, I mean, I'm not crazy, I don't do it, but I follow it every day. That's the internet in a nutshell. Like, don't like. Sometimes I'll even say about my own stuff, like, I don't know, there's nobody out there that likes that, or like there's not an audience for that. Yes, there is. Yes, there fucking is. It might be a little bit harder to find them, but
once you do,
millions of people, and now there's probably somebody eating off of it or munching off of this. I mean, if you got rich off this, like,
how do you even make?
I think I would like lose. I don't know if there's any money to be made off this. This seems like people are just scratching a weird itch. But if there's someone who's like caking it off of ant cosplaying on the internet, I give up, man.
God bless you.
Yeah. Part of me is like, can't knock the hustle, and God bless you. And then there's part of me that's like, why can't? I guess it is better though to like, I'm going to talk about like sports and comedy like every other fucking dickhead in the world. How many people are doing ant cosplay? Apparently 70. That's it. You want to specialize? There you fucking go, man. Phoenix is the first drink that combines everything I need in one can. It's not your typical energy drink because it gives you natural energy from green tea instead of artificial caffeinated garbage. So even the energy part of Phoenix is natural and healthy. 0 sugar, 100% of your daily value of 8 essential vitamins for immunity. And there's like nothing else on the market that does that. Everything else is kind of artificial. It gives you that. Whoa! How about a heads up next time?
Dude,
fucking
Jackie
Rico Bosco over here.
Walked in here and just chucked the can.
I mean, no heads up. I did. I was sitting like this. If I have it,
I saw you release it, and I went, no shot.
Bro, if I got my legs crossed, I can't. If I was like this, I could have maybe given you one of that. But here it is, a completely dinged up. This is a Rico Bosco Wild Berry Phoenix for you.
Wow.
Yeah, no, because it's not. Oh, there it goes. Served by the best waitress in the world.
Here's your fucking drink.
I'm almost happy that it was like a low throw, because if it was a good throw and I wasn't ready, I would have got Rico'd. So it's high quality. It is natural. It is safe. It's tasty. It gives you the energy. No sugar. And it just gives you the performance that you need. It's for people who are on the go and want to perform and need to perform, and this helps you get there. So get your Phoenix today. This is the Wild Berry. Wild Berry is delicious. Got the energy. It's got the immunity, all the vitamins. Go to drinkphx.com. Use promo code Barstool5 and get $5 off your order today. Aura Frames is the perfect gift for the holidays. It is a great frame. It is a digital frame that you can put all your pictures and your videos of your kids or your family. You can give it to your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, people who live far away that want to keep in touch with the family. It connects to your phone. It looks like a nice picture frame, and then it's just like a slideshow of all your family memories. It is great for that. It is a great product. But what it is even better than a product is just a gift idea. For the people who are like, I don't know what to get grandma or grandpa. I don't know. What do you give the people? They don't want like something tangible. They want like the gift of family and like memories. Bam, done. You don't have to think about it.
You just upload your pictures right to it.
That's it. It's all from your phone right to their house. And so when you're like, what do I get this person? Because not only is this like high quality, a nice piece of technology, but it's the thought that counts. You can be like, I know you missed the kids, so here you go. Comes uploaded with all the pictures and all that stuff. You have it ready to go. Your parents, your grandparents, your family, whoever will absolutely love it. So don't wait. Enjoy the holidays right now. Give a great gift with Aura Frames. Here's the deal. For a limited time, you can save on the perfect gift by going to auraframes.com. And you get $35 off Aura's best seller, which is the Carver Matte Frame, voted #1 for all these digital frames. So pick the Carver Matte, get $35 off when you use promo code KFC at checkout. That's Aura Frames, AURA frames.com. Promo code KFC, get $35 off the Carver Matte Frames. It's exclusive to our listeners, and they sell out fast. The holidays are coming, so stop right now, put the order in, make sure it's delivered on time. Support the show, support them. Terms and conditions apply. All right, so we already did a little bit of talk about the show ending, but it sounds like each episode we're going to wrap up with doing a little reminiscing and nostalgia, and we're going to try to do it chronologically for all the different eras and iterations of the show. And so the first one was obviously the inception of it all. And so that was 2012 was when KFC Radio, meaning like I just did podcasting, because it was not the show that you come to know it as right away. The first thing off the bat was, so at that point I had been blogging since 2009, but really only full time probably since like 2011. Like it was pretty quickly, once I went full time, I was thinking like, what's next? Which is, I think, kind of become a hallmark of at least what I try to do is like figure out the next trend, the next medium, the next type of content. And Brendan was the one who was like, podcasting is the next like thing for you to do. And I remember we filmed we recorded a demo or just like a first attempt. And at that point, I think I was thinking of Bill Burr. He had the Monday Morning Podcast, and it was just a solo show where he would rip for an hour.
Had him and Dave already done their episode, or was that pre or post?
I would imagine post. I
think Burr went to Dave's apartment in Milton once, and they recorded one
to do Bill's show.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't think I knew that happened, so I'm not sure when that happened.
I'm like 100% sure it did. I just forget when it was. I always thought of KFC Radio as his first introduction to podcasting, but now that I'm talking out loud, that Burr thing might have been first.
I'm sure. I didn't know that happened. Let alone like, did you listen to it?
No.
Okay.
Like Dave was a one-time guest.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm like, again, I'm 100% positive. I'm sure because he went to, Dave lived in Milton, like right by the office, and I remember being like disappointed that they were recording at Dave's house because I wouldn't get to meet Bill Burr.
Got it. Oh, interesting.
There's a Bill Burt podcast. Let's see. Okay, 13 years ago. Yeah, so this is Oh, nope, we got him beat by a month.
Yeah.
Monday
Dave
morning.
Probably didn't know this one was going on.
Yeah, definitely didn't. July 16th, 2012. I think we have them beat to the day a month. I think it was June 16th.
Really?
It's like middle June of 2012 was when we started. And so El Prez on the Monday Morning Podcast was a month after that. I did not know that happened.
Googling Dave Portnoy probably wouldn't have, like, he was El Prez at that time.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy. Dave in 2018, I don't know what the commotion was, but he said lots of people freaking out that Bill Burr mentioned us. Little known fact, he also interviewed me in my kitchen 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So Bren was trying to get me into podcasting. He said, let's just do an episode, see what happens. So I'm like, all right, here we go. Hour-long podcast. Go. And I got like 8 minutes in.
Really? Yeah.
And I was like, I'm out of gas.
How long do you think you could go now?
1,000 hours.
Right?
1,000. I don't know if it would be the best, but I could weave in and out and go
I could
forever.
go a full week.
Yeah.
Like, no problem.
I think I could like break the Guinness record.
Yeah.
Like, the problem would be like the sleeping, but like other, you know what I mean? Like as far as the talking, I could just go forever.
That I think we have a very unique skill in because of the podcasting we did. Like people nowadays like to say like podcasting's over, which I don't agree with at all.
At all.
I think podcasting like this, podcasts have become shows.
Yes.
And every podcast is a show now, but like the 3 hour Rogan
rambling kind of convo.
like that probably is a little over.
That's over for the normies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you have a show or you're like supremely talented, like you'd have to be a one-of-one talker for someone to listen to you for 3 hours now. Or you're grandfathered in. I've listened to this guy for 3 hours for 10 years.
Right.
If you're just a regular dude, like, you know, like people say there needs to be podcasting equipment needs to be more expensive to like phase these people out. Those people, yeah, you can't do that. And also it's become such a YouTube video thing.
That's what I mean. Like everything's just a show.
And you can't, like, YouTube does not reward unless people watch your full 3 hours, which they're not gonna. You're not going to get rewarded because of retention and watch time and all that shit. So you got to play by their rules, which just kills that entire medium, that entire style. But I remember being like, well, can't do that. Like, I'm not even close. I remember being like, okay, what are we at? Like, how much was that? And he was like, 11 minutes. I was like, okay.
What did you talk about? Do you know?
I don't remember that. I do remember the one thing I can remember for sure was this was probably after we got the ball rolling a little bit. But we cut a demo for Sirius XM. They were, I think, starting a sports channel, maybe Rush 93 or what we eventually ended up on. But at that point, they did not have a sports show. We didn't have anything. And so I made a demo for them, and it was right after, it was the first time that Jerry Jones said glory hole.
Oh, yeah.
And instead of glory days, or, you know, we think of it as the dick through the fucking wall. And I thought it was great because I was like, this is exactly what they're looking for. This is sports, and we ended up talking about the Cowboys and Jerry Jones and football, but it's a little bit irreverent and comedy. I was like, this is it. And it was that week that like thing happened. So I was like, this is a sign. Like they're gonna love this. And I just never heard from them again. That was the only thing I can really remember, like what our first like episodes were. I'd love to see if it'd be probably hard to find. It's hard enough to find the old episodes, let alone old cutting room floor. Like this didn't make the cut. But I remember at that point being like, I need something to bounce off of, and I wanted to do calls, but I was like, we don't have a radio station, we don't have a phone number and all that, and that's when he did some research and found the Google Voice number, which lets you leave voicemails, and that was like, then I was like, let's go. I feel like anytime I've found, I mean, if you've been listening, I've said this a million times over the years, so, but anytime I find like the technology that fixes the problem, I just go.
Yeah.
That's like the roadblocks to me are like, how can I physically accomplish this? It's like the green screen for the videos. Once I knew I could do that, we go, you know, and
like James Cameron.
I gotta figure out the technology. Yeah. But so he set all that up. We tested it out. It worked. I was like, oh, shit. It's just like having callers, except it's not live, but like it's the same thing as a host and callers. And I remember posting it saying, I hadn't done an episode yet, but I said the voicemail line is open and call up and leave your messages. And that did get Dave's attention. That Dave did know about because I remember him emailing me and being like, this is brilliant. It's probably the last time I ever got like any shout out from him. he was like, this is a fucking like great idea. This is really smart. Like, let me know what comes of it. And then, for better or worse, better in terms of everything we did, worse probably in terms of if Dave liked it or not, we put out the voicemail line. I gave no direction. I didn't give a topic. I didn't say a style. I just said, call up. And I was thinking about this I think it's very interesting. Everybody did like hypotheticals. Everybody did would you rathers. There was not, I can't remember, or maybe that's those ones I picked out. And it's not like they conspired or I said, give me would you rathers or hypotheticals. It was like every like drunk Boston guy between like 18 and 24 picked up the phone and left messages that were the very same style, you know? It wasn't like, oh, there was one like this, but one was like sports talk and one was a deep question. It was just all like silly shit like that. And I didn't even think of it in the moment where I was like, if that's good or bad. I was like, it just is. That's what the first episode's going to be. And the very first episode had a very like unique and I think like timeless hypothetical that was, would you rather walk around for the rest of your life with one rollerblade on your left foot? So you had to like scoot everywhere you went. Can't take it off. Got to sleep with it. Got to shower with it. Got to go to work with it. Go to your grandma's funeral with it. Or you have a midget walking in front of you that has a bad attitude and he walks a little bit slower than you want to walk. So you're just always bumping into him and he's always giving you guff.
Would you rather walk around for the rest of your life with one rollerblade on your left foot and just a normal shoe on your right foot, rollerblade on your left foot, or have a midget for the rest of your life walking in front of you just slightly slower than you want to go? And he's also got a bad attitude. So anytime you talk to him, you just felt pissed off. But he's always just walking just slightly slower than you want to, always directly in front of you.
And
did some guy come up with that on the spot? Okay.
Well, I don't know if that's something him and his friends debated or if it just came to his mind. But I think in a world where the hypothetical conversations kind of became mainstream and got beaten to death and Answer the Internet ran its course, and a lot of people have used that as like podcast material. So you've heard a lot of the same ones, you know, like would you fuck your mom with your dad's dick, and would you a duck-sized horse or a horse-sized duck? A lot of those. This is like wholly unique. Never became a big thing, but is like those are the type of things where I was like, let's do more of those. Like, this is creative and interesting. But yeah, the butterfly effect on that one, where I don't know how many voicemails I did. Probably.
I don't even know what this is we're watching right now.
It's the voicemail, if you want to hear it.
No, but like, who made the clip?
I don't know. This is posted from our account.
Like I don't even know when we made. Like, when would you say we started making?
Can we
clips?
see the date on? Is there a mark on this? Like, is it a tweet?
Well, yeah, this was nine years ago. So
yeah, that's got to be Bren then.
Like that. We weren't making clips 9 years ago.
No. This is from 2021, and we said 9 years ago. So this is
got it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I do. There
like
is.
When did
there
clips
is,
become a thing? Like 3 years, 5 years ago? COVID.
Clips. So trying to find old clips of you guys where like it was like a made clip. It's like in that studio, so that's not even in the old studio.
Yeah, no, the old office we did not. We weren't making clips.
No.
I mean, maybe we were, but it wasn't a clip show.
It was so audio at that point.
Yeah,
so the clips made no sense.
Right.
You know, maybe like a sizzle reel of audio or something, but like there was, or a picture. It was usually picture.
So
based.
COVID was when podcasts became clips.
A little bit before that, I think.
A little before.
Yeah.
I remember the first iteration of clips being like a little highlight reel with no context of the show. So it would just be like a clip of you being like, and then I fucking ate the chocolate, and then cut to me being like, blah, 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 and it was just bam, 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 bam. And I liked those.
I liked those too.
I thought that was a good. And I've seen, I think Plan Bree's been doing that a little bit. Something Brianna did, or no, Nikki and Annika do that, where it's just like, because I think I'm about to watch like a full conversation and then it just jumps around.
Yeah, I always like those. They don't get me to listen to a full podcast, but I do like them as a clip.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about clips is also that era was the point was advertising. It was like get people to go watch. So that I think that's why we did those. It's like you don't know the context and you want more of that conversation. Now it's like your podcast. It used to be you do a podcast and you get clips to promote it. Now it's like you do a podcast to create the clips.
Create clips.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I remember thinking that years ago and thinking like we should almost the podcast is almost like the jam session where we're just like
I always remember you saying that. I
it.
think it was you say it's from Brendan, but like treat this as your production meeting. And then
the final product will be like that part was good. That part was good. That part was good. but that kills the end product. If your end product is clips, I think the actual podcast suffers a lot, right. You know? But, you know, yeah, I saw the writing on the wall because I was just like, you know, I would tell you there's like 5 or 6 podcasts that I love, and it's like I only listen to one. You don't actually listen to them, but I know them through clips, and I know. Yeah. So it's like if that is the product that people are consuming, let's just pivot to that's what our goal is. But it also, yeah, it's like let's have a 3-hour conversation for the hopes of like a couple clips. It's just like a shitty way to do it. Yeah. You know? Probably the smarter, more efficient way, but it's like, ugh, I want to just have a conversation.
It ended up making conversations that you knew weren't clips. Almost like conversations you could check out.
Right.
Where you're like,
it's like, well, why are we even doing
we're not
this?
making a clip of this.
Yeah, this is just, we're just biding our time before the next thing hits and we get excited and we, you know what I mean?
Not that I ever did it, but like I certainly felt it happen. Like it was never a conscious choice, but you'd be like 10 minutes into a topic and you'd be like, we're not talking about like
right.
this.
Let's pull the ripcord and just switch.
Yeah.
But so anyway, back to that like butterfly effect is these hypotheticals became like very popular and everybody has done them since the beginning of time. Like it was just more like at a bar you would do it, not on, you know, a recorded space.
But I also would, I take umbrage with that, how podcasts were always, I meant to say this the other day when we were talking about it, how podcasts were always like just friends sitting on a couch. It is, but it's also really not. Because I sit with my friends on the couch all the time.
In silence.
We don't talk like this.
Yeah.
Like
you might have like a conversation about a thing, and then it stops.
But like particularly with like the intimate conversations we'd have.
And
like
never that.
Like
never
that's
that.
I feel like that people always said that about like just pals sitting on a couch, and it is. But it's also like your pals sitting on a couch who are agreeing. We're gonna talk a lot more stuff than we would talk about if we were just sitting here and there weren't cameras.
I think this version is guys sitting on the couch because a lot of it was just like who's better, LeBron or MJ, you know? And it's like those are the conversations you have when you're fucking around and you get all passionate and excited. No way Wolverine would beat Batman or whatever the fuck. Then podcasting became, I think it went from your friends to almost, we went through an era where it's like everyone's like crying on their podcast and like telling their deepest, darkest secrets. Now we've settled back into like, you'll get some introspective and deep shit, but we're just, I hope that's where we're going. But this version really was that because it was, I'd have to imagine at that point our demo was pretty narrow. I bet you it was like 18 to 24 Boston guys.
Yeah.
And whether they all, you know, I just, it's very like serendipitous that they all kind of did this same thing.
What podcast did you know of before starting? Like, did you look... Did you?
Probably just that I listened to, like none. I was not listening to podcasts. I mean, I probably would have known of Bill Simmons and Joe Rogan. That's probably about it.
We probably knew of Burr too.
Yes.
Just because I didn't realize how out it was.
Yeah.
I definitely knew of the Monday Morning Podcast. I don't know if it was before or after this, but like I certainly
Burr
was aware
is for sure
of
up
the
there.
Monday Morning Podcast.
Burr,
I was more
Simmons
aware of the Monday Morning Podcast than I was of Joe Rogan.
I would agree with that, but I would have said podcasting is Bill Simmons at that point.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it, but it was like that was coming from our sports world. I think that's what most people would know. And
so, like, could you?
But my brother was a great resource for all this. Like I think he did know all that. Like he would have known Rogan. He would have. I think Nerdists and Chris Hardwick was like a thing then. He knew all that shit. He always knows what like nerd shit is coming next. And that's why he was pushing me into the whole medium. And then he mentioned Big J and Tom Segura, and was like, I think this comedy thing is next. So he was always very good at kind of seeing the trends.
I remember the first time Segura coming in, and it was like Brendan had kind of sold it as that to us. Where I definitely knew who Tom Segura was, but he's like, we got a big guest coming in.
Yeah,
Segura walked off the elevator and like. Black hoodie, black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and a black skull.
He looked like a burglar.
I was like, "What the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, I know. I remember.
And like the first thing he said, he's like, Garth Brooks is a murderer. I was like, "What is he talking about?"
I was gonna say that was I think like the beginning of that. He had like just done that bit, which still to this day is raging.
Yeah,
Like there's two other guys who I think have like a fake podcast. I see their clips all the time where they're just talking about Garth Brooks as if he's a murderer, like straight up like a true crime. He's like, and that's when Garth Brooks murdered her. It's like, this is just a dumb Tom Segura joke.
Segura's like, yeah, he travels a lot. I was like, yeah.
But
is he killing people? It's a huge part of being a serial killer.
I remember the first time we interviewed Bert, I did not know who Bert was. I knew, again, those are names you knew. You saw them like on a Comedy Central commercial or something like that. So like I knew who he was, but I was not familiar with him. And he was telling some story, I think, about drinking on a plane. And I said, like, do you drink a lot? And he was like, buddy. Yeah. And now in hindsight, I'm like, that's the most unprofessional question in the world. That would be like if I had fucking LeBron on and I
That's
said,
the first pick?
So you play hoops?
Yeah.
I wish I wanted to wear my 11 hoodie for the review. That's long gone. That was one of our quickest and best cease and desists. There's probably like 100 people out there who have those. Those are awesome. Those are fucking awesome hoodies. But look how young Bert looks. He looks like a garden gnome. That looks like a DH, like an AI. If somebody. But I remember.
I remember that conversation so vividly.
I remember that hat.
Almost like in the same thing as what Brendan was talking about. Like I remember having that conversation with Bert and being like, "This is a lane we can stay."
That was good. Yeah. I don't know if it was this interview, but. It was in the old studio, so maybe it had to be one of his first 2 or 3.
I was also going to say, why is my shirt inside out?
Yeah.
That's just a phase where I was wearing shirts inside out.
I think you did have a phase like that,
I did. No, I definitely did. Yeah. I still like
he's
it.
An asshole.
I still like it. I think it's cooler having the outside of this. I think it just looks like having a little texture.
I think we've made shirts like that because of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we did, right? Yeah.
Would you get
dude, that's the other thing. The amount of merch. We made a lot of cool merch.
Oh.
We made like real clothes for a while. That was like, I remember like the quilted sweatshirt, of course. But like I was looking at that guy, Callie, has a pinned video on his thing of an edit where he's just wearing all of the shirts throughout the years. And I was like, oh, that was dope. Oh, that was cool. Oh, that was like, we were pushing the envelope. Oh, that was like fashion. We did a lot of shit, man. I think when we linked up with Rich Franklin, we made some really cool stuff.
It's all like looking at this caption, like the inspiration for Van Wilder. That is like 100th on the list of impressive things about Bert Kreischer.
I know, but at that time, it was and for our age and how much we loved that movie, I was like, this is the most important person in the world.
Hands down, the best way to promote that podcast at that time.
Yeah.
But it's just so crazy to think that, like, at one point, Bert Kreischer was just a fucking magazine article in Rolling Stone that they wrote a movie about.
Yeah. Is that now? It's 2018. It says.
That says 2018. Yeah.
I would have thought that's earlier. That seemed late to me. 18.
So it seems like what we were talking clips earlier. The first clip that you ever posted to fights was August 29th, 2018, and it was in the old studio.
So that was a couple years before COVID.
We were doing like it was they're not clips as we now know. Clips.
Yeah, no,
we were doing like something to promote the podcast.
But it was just promotion. It was not like check this out. It's gonna go viral. It was like a couple. But man, it's funny to think that like 2018 is old office. First time interviewing these guys, and then COVID-19. Granted, it was like the end of 19, but like I would not have told you that our start in the comedy realm and COVID-19 were like back to back.
But they're like 2 years away because this is February,
right? So that's early 18, and it was end. But I would have told you that. I mean, if I really broke down the math, I would realize this. But like, if I was to rip it off the cuff, I would say there's like a 4-year in between that.
See, I would have said we started doing comedy or comedians 17, 18.
Yeah,
I knew we moved here in 16. I knew we did about 6 months. Dan was still on the show, probably when we came here, something like that.
But think about the office switch. So like, our start in comedy was in the
that actually makes perfect sense. It was 6 months. Dan was on the show. I bet 6 months. Asa was on the show. Comedians.
Yeah, and then right to the new office.
Yeah.
And so the new office, like, how long were we in the new office before COVID hit?
Not long.
Yeah, that's what's fucking me up. I would have thought that we were at this office. The old office was not in COVID at all, right?
No.
Right.
No.
Okay.
I would say we
already
were in this
moved.
office for like 3 to 5 months before COVID.
That's crazy. I'm all
That's
fucked up on my timeline
guess,
with that. Yeah,
that's
I started during COVID, and it was always this office.
The first clip that I have from the new office is July 18th, 2019.
Oh wow! Okay, so that's
the first clip though.
That's
we've done everything first. Anyway, I just think the butterfly effect is very cool of the hypotheticals, and while I think that was what clearly the audience was doing, because I never said like these were funny. I guess I probably said if you have any more would you rather, send them in. But I wasn't like, that's what this show's going to be. It just happened that way. And so I think that was good for that fan base. And clearly it worked. I also think there was no ever going to be any like Dave involvement once it became this like silly type shit. You know what I mean? Because I think he was excited for when I said like, let's do these voicemails, kind of like let me know how it goes. And then I was like, I don't even know if I like gave him an update, but it was like a guy called in and pretended to be your mom and called himself Patty Portnoy, and we were talking about like Warren Sapp versus a cheetah, midgets and rollerblades, and like your mom's dick. And I think he was like, I never want to hear about this again. I didn't, again, not by design.
Sounds great.
But
not interested.
Not by design or any of any. I didn't think one way or the other. Like, oh shit. I just wasn't thinking about like Dave's approval or support at that point at all.
Right.
But in hindsight, could not have picked a worse product if I was ever looking for like, hey, can I get the boss to no shot. Well, I don't know what show would have necessarily like jumped out at him, but it ain't that one. No. I know that.
Has any show ever jumped out at him?
Well, that's maybe the other point is like
BFFs, I guess.
Yeah, if it's not like his show. Call Her Daddy was. I would say that, Yeah. But I'm like, I wonder if I don't think that show jumped out at him. I think he was like the opportunity. Like I can see that. But as far as like what he actually would like and enjoy, I don't even know what that would be.
Yeah.
Danny was saying the 6, 12, 18, 24 challenge.
He did jump on that.
He said that he did that.
That yeah. So what
a
lot of
KFC Radio thing.
That was KFC Radio.
Yeah. That was. I mean, we didn't invent that. That
was a voicemail.
But that was a. I think we popularized. I think a lot of these things we didn't do. Like there are people who think horse-sized duck versus a duck-sized horse is like a KFC Radio thing. It's not. But we put it out there in a way for more people to. At that point, it was like word of mouth, right? Like how else, a chain email or some shit like that. Like there wasn't really ways to spread those kind of things. Wait, what did you just say a second ago?
6, 12, 18, 24.
So KFC Radio, I think one of our lasting like legacies too is the things that would like were birthed from the podcast and then went on.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, Dave's pizza empire came about because of the pizza burrito challenge, which came about because of a hypothetical on KFC Radio. Now, Dave always loved pizza, and maybe that was going to be something he was going to do no matter what. But it started because somebody called in and said, would you only eat Mexican or pizza for the rest of your life? Dan was hardcore Mexican food. And I don't think Dave listened to the show, but like it got out there enough that he picked up on it. Was like, it's got to be pizza. Next thing you know, they're dressed up in pizzas and burritos playing kickball, and we go from there. And 6, 12, 18, 24 was a thing too. Dave like pretending to jerk off 12 times in the bathroom. And again, that feels a little bit like always the bridesmaid, never the bride. That it's like we started these things and then they went wild elsewhere. It's like Dan's mustache and his like irrational confidence and some of his Floyd Mayweather takes and all these things like was where he cultivated his character, and then it thrived elsewhere. But like that it was kind of a little like breeding ground for a lot of these rivalries or running jokes or whatever, So
what is the max amount of times one can jerk off in a day?
I actually
if you put your brain to it, I'm sure you can get despicable with it, but like in a natural sense, I think I would max out at like 4.
Okay, so I
think you were heavy, right? Weren't you like I could do this 1,000 times?
I could like right now I got 12, no problem.
That's pushing 40 is crazy.
Like I might have 18 in me. I've never really tried.
But 12. Are you podcasting right now? You really mean it?
I mean.
You really mean if you
take walk.
What do you think you've done like naturally, like in your personal life, not for show? Like
I'm probably at 12.
No way. No, you're joking, right?
Huh?
You're joking, right?
I'm not really joking, but I'm kind of joking. But like it's
attainable.
It's attainable, yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
Bro, there have been days I'm fucking hungover, didn't get out of bed all day. Yeah, we've hit them.
I know what you're talking about, but it's like once in the morning, once in the afternoon, like once before bed. It's
bro,
like
I've jerked off like 4 times during a commercial break before. 12.
John's a real stallion in the bedroom. It lasts a long time. I'll bust 4 nuts before we come back from commercial break, babe.
I think so. Wait, it's beers, miles, dogs,
donuts,
donuts, jerk-offs.
Yes.
Okay, so looking at this now,
yeah, let's do 20 years later, 15 years later, whatever. We're now 40-year-old men.
I don't remember what my original answer was.
This is a really good. Because all of this has flipped for me. Like, I could not drink, like, 6 beers right now. Like, I mean, I could. But, like, the answer used to be, like, all right, I can drink a case of beer. So let's start with that.
Yeah.
And now that's off the table. So
I probably got to go beers 6.
Yeah.
Jerk-offs 12. And now we're in trouble,
the
folks.
the donuts, the donuts are the problem. People overlook the donuts. They think about their dick and they think about being wasted on the beer. And now those are valid concerns. Eating any more than a dozen donuts is going to be a problem.
Yeah,
dude.
no, like I just this is impossible.
Oh, and then the miles. So my thing was always I have to pick the 6 miles. I personally, I cannot. I don't think I could do 6. So and back then when I was younger, like more of an like perhaps, but I was like I have to do the miles first, and I think I said 24 beers. Even though that would be a lot for me. I could put down beers in my prime, but I can't just poo-poo 24 beers.
If you do like the Krispy Kremes, though, that's like 100 calories a donut. So then it's like 24. You could go 200, 2,000. Oh, is it?
Oh, a Krispy Kreme donut is just like pure sugar.
But so sugar's not caloric.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know about calories then.
Like maybe it's 200. I think you can knock out 18 easily. Krispy Kremes.
I eat a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Like,
no problem.
It's
190 calories.
Yeah.
Okay, so then.
Yeah, I remember thinking my strong suits here are going to be donuts and beers. I eat a lot. I mean, I love donuts. And at the time I was drinking, and it's the miles and the jerk-offs that are a problem.
Yeah. I guess I would have to go 6 beers, 12 jerk-offs, 18 donuts, 24 miles. But, like, that would be...
And it's all in one day, by the way, so you got to run, you know. You're going to do a marathon. Yeah. A marathon is something that people train for years, and then you have to do that in the same day that you're drinking 18 beers, eating 12 donuts, and jerking off a bunch. Just running around a track. I also I remember thinking we tried to come up with like a female version of this, and I think it's like impossible. It's just like girls can come in unlimited amount
for sure.
It's cooking based.
It's cooking based.
But anyway, to wrap this up, that was the first episode was those hypotheticals and would you rathers, and then I think I did. I want to say you came in like episode 13.
13.
And I think at that point it was once a week. So 13 weeks, decent amount of time. Like I don't remember feeling like I can't do this anymore myself. I think I was just like it would just be better. Or maybe you were just a guest at first. I think I just had you on as a guest, and I was like, that was good. You should stay. I don't think it was ever a plan of like I need a co-host.
Yes, I think it was a guest, and then I think you and Brendan liked the magician answer.
Yeah, the magician,
and you were like, you should stay.
And that's another way. The question was just like, if you could wipe one group of people off the face of the earth, who would it be? And John just paused, and he was just like,
yeah,
magicians.
That's a good. I didn't even think about that. That's a good one. Magicians. Weird me out.
Now, are we talking like David Blaine magicians, David Copperfield, all of them?
Anyone who's done a card trick ever. I don't like being tricked. I don't like people who think they're smarter than me. Magicians. Oh, thanks.
That was a phenomenal answer. I don't think we can go any higher than that. So let's keep it moving. Magicians.
And to this day, it still slays me. Like a lot of like internet comedy doesn't age that well, or like things you see, you're like,
no comedy age. Comedy shouldn't age well.
Period. Yeah, agreed. But that I can still laugh at that to this day because it was just, it's obviously a loaded question where like, are you going to say a race or an ethnic group or something and make yourself look like an asshole? And then if you're not going to say that, you got to get creative and give it some thought. And I don't think I gave you a question ahead of time, right?
No.
Yeah, so that was just like on the spot. And like the last thing you expect is someone to be like, wipe all magicians off the face of the earth. That was very funny. Yeah, and then that was the second, the second era was me and John the first time around. But yeah, that first one was cool. It was exciting to be.
That was a tough one because it was like you can wipe one group of people off the face of the earth. And you're like,
yeah,
can't say my first answer.
Or my second or third or like 10. But magicians is okay. Magicians is all right.
Jackie, you got such a look there like you're like, I can't believe. What do you think I was saying? Like in your head, what did I just say?
I'm pretty sure my answer on the podcast was like Asians.
No, your reaction was like,
What is your group?
I was just making a joke. I don't know. I don't have one, but it was whatever you pictured, and that. What did you picture?
Mo Khan over here.
Yeah, Jackie had a picture like I said something.
No, I thought that. I just knew like I didn't think of a specific group. I just knew it probably had to be like
not
race.
a good one. yeah.
I mean, the more I think about it, like. Magicians is the only acceptable thing.
It's a very good. Like, it's not offensive.
Magicians are zookeepers.
That's a funny one too. But
Magicians was episode 20.
20? Oh wow.
Number 19. Number 19.
Okay, I thought it was teens, but that's still so.
I
did about 20
Yeah.
weeks. So what's that? That's 5 months.
Yeah.
So that's because I did feel like. People have said like, oh, he did it by himself at first, and in my head I was like, I did like a couple weeks, and then I brought John on. But that's
a
long, decent amount
I didn't think
of time.
it was that long either.
Yeah, and that was in my apartment on 89th and Lexington. I remember that studio. I just remember I put together the desk that I was working at. I remember being like, okay, I work from home now, and I need to make it like. It's an office. Like, I'm not going anywhere, but like, this is where I work and this is where I sleep or hang out or whatever. I was like, I'm going to get a nice desk. And I bought a fucking 8,000-pound, like, mahogany desk. And I put it together, and it took me like 14 hours to put it together. And in the end, I like put the drawers on backwards and I just left it. So, but I remember being like, yes, this desk is going to make me feel like better.
Now I'm a man.
Yeah. And I was like, and then it was just like a heavy desk that I was like, fuck, if I need to move this, it's really inconvenient.
Wait, how old were you?
2012. I was born in 85, so that's 27. Wait, no, I can't.
I was gonna say 28, so probably right there.
12 plus 15. 27, yeah. 27.
Oh,
26, 27.
I was going to say something wrong, so you're probably close.
Yeah. 26, 27. And then, yeah, so that was just kind of the start of it all. And I there is a part of me, I have connected with that guy, Sean, who did the midget rollerblade question. And I think we either had him on the show or just DM'd or something like that. But there is probably like a handful of dudes who called into this show. I mean, it's not much of a claim to fame, but you could be like, I was one of the guys who like, the first podcast at Barstool that people have been very nice about saying how influential we were and how it opened a lot of doors really started because of those dudes.
Yeah.
So the butterfly effect is a cool one.
I've listened to like some of the first episodes, and the callers are all just like the drunkest guys you've
That's
ever
the other thing. A lot of shit face. We're in a college dorm, probably. Like, call the line.
Yeah.
Say that thing that's really funny, and it's like, yeah, it's funny when you're hammered.
Yeah.
Not funny to me, but there was some creative ones, some interesting ones, and that's what got the ball rolling before the John era, and we'll get into that next episode on KFC Radio.